I believe what we were doing was that we were going down the wormholes back to the base that we established with the untapped Sakai. So asteroid patrol map, we are between the Mintaka asteroids and Jerk Satyr. I do believe I can make that. Yeah, look at that. I can turn them around and show which direction we're going on the wormhole. That works out pretty good. We all there, or you need me to hit the focus?
Where are you? Wormhole routes?
Yep, wormhole routes for asteroid patrol. And we are between Mintaka and Jerk Satyr. I do not anticipate any problems. It's just going to be another phase of encounters to get us home. I am level 2, my guy, if that matters to anyone.
Let's see, what level am I? I'm level 2.
Make sure that...
I think I'm higher than that. I think I am level 3.
I gotta mark my character again. We reset the traits, of course, when we come back. If you haven't recorded the loss of any make rolls, I think I had a abacus that I was trying to keep track of some of that, but
yeah, there's a combat abacus tab.
I don't know if I've Conrad was at one time trying to keep up with all that. There's a lot going on. I'm not sure that abacus is helping me that much. Let's see if there's anything listed here. I think Conrad's one of the few that has a character here that well, Tony put his on there too. He claimed a box. In fact, Tony, I should say, is the only one who claimed a box. But it really probably is overkill for me to worry about it. Our squad has, hey, we're not totally decimated, unlike Empire of the Petal Throne, where I don't think we have anything left of our spearmen. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 different ship functions. And checking the swaggering, there is suit swaggering, tin head swaggering, savvy swaggering, funky powers, command, and proxy. 6 types of swaggering. It is if one was not good enough, 6 is going to be plenty. And those are the rankings. They go proxy is the highest, then ship, then funky powers, then savvy, then tin head, and then suit. And some of our alien friends are substituting their tin heads for either suit or funky. And for me as a cruise, I know I'm substituting my funky for suit. Yeah. Everyone's sort of up to speed?
Yep. And I'm apparently mission commander at this point.
Okay.
That's my last note from our last session, right after we got that gene-altered Terran that's biologically 47 years old. We found a biologically 47-year-old Terran?
We did. We found a biologically 47-year-old Terran on the ship, right? That we were on, correct?
Yeah. No, it was a board. We boarded them.
Yes, but it was sent by the climax. I mean the rival, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a nave encounter. Okay.
Let's see if I got any notes here. I have no notes of merit, I believe. Or do I? I'm looking through my pile. I got Mike's. Oh, I do have some notes of merit. I got Station Chief Hemingway of Jerk Satyr is aboard. I don't know if we remember that or not. And you guys have not. You guys have there are a number of campaign twists that are going on at the same time. There's the Sakai. There's a movement by the eugenics. There is a genocide involving the Skia. There are Mike's character is somewhat notorious. He's part of the crime lords. He killed a labor organizer, and so the Tin Heads sort of resent that.
Have we done that yet? I think we're still doing that. Back to Mintaka, Queen and Phase A, Agent from Patron. Hired Gun Cromwell wants us to kill the labor organizer. Have we done that yet?
I believe you have killed the labor organizer back on the other planet, Mike.
Yeah, I guess I must missed that in the. Okay. Yes.
I'm going to assume that Fred has got. There
we go. What I just threw in the chat, the first thing on we have CNC excavation, power, security, and maintenance was our mine, our cartel mine.
I think that's what we've guessed, but we haven't created any of that, have we?
I think that's what we've done.
That much, huh? Maybe. I should keep track of that here with this little guy, if I can get him to move. Tokens. I don't know why my tokens don't work. Oh, I gotta grab him by the edge here, maybe.
Yeah, that's what we've got, because right above that are my notes on who made their rolls, right? So Tony failed with his vice grips to do excavation. We already had CNC. Then Rusty made his C-cube to get our excavation. Conrad activated power with legacy robots. Laura repaired the soft serve with vice grips. I fixed the shields with Star Point. Fred used his engineering skill to get maintenance up. So yeah, that CNC excavation, power, security, and maintenance is what we've done.
Okay, well you're moving right along on this untapped Sakai with your little base there. Let me expose just a little bit more on the fog here.
And Wolf's son wants to eat you if we haven't killed him yet.
Wolf's son, I thought was we lost him.
Then okay.
Yeah, he went berserk on us or something, and we ended up losing him.
That's right.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm up to speed. Let's go back to that wormhole route, asteroid patrol map, and let's see if we can finish Phase B. You guys are just going to have to trust me on the cards. I know how much you love doing that. And in Phase B, I flipped a 10. You sure you want to trust me with that 10? Of course you want to trust me with that 10. We're now in Phase C. We're almost back to Mitakan. I think there we're trying to find out who the traitor was in the group. Correct? The 47-year-old is a clue. And I flipped a 2. A 2 followed by 10 is a personal event. Let's see if I got any personal events written for this yet. I may. And if I don't, I'll just pick one up.
Food skipper checking in, sir.
Ah, so we got Fred, it sounds like.
Yeah.
A little bit soft to me, Fred, but I'm going to go ahead and we have let me see who we have here. We don't have Tony, but we got Rusty. Rusty, you're going to be on the spot here with this personal event. Which classification of swaggering do you have the least amount in? Is it suit? Is it savvy? Is it tin head?
Let's see. 2 for suit, 4 for tin head, 6 for savvy, 2 for funky, and 1 for command.
All right. So the one that you have the least amount
is EE suit or command, whichever.
Well, the command proxy are not. Thank you, but they're not the ones under.
Okay, then it's equal between funky and EE suit.
Okay.
They're both 2s.
So you may choose. Are you a Terran, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you actually can get either funky or EE suit. Which would you like to try to get as an attempt?
Funky.
Funky.
Let's
okay.
See.
So. Funky. Go ahead.
I can't lock any funkies, right?
As a Terran, that is correct. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, which funky power would you like to get? Which implant or funky power do you think you would like as for your character?
Let's see. Let's try Neuroshock.
Neural shock. Oh, go ahead and give me a roll of a 7, please, to lock that in. However, if you fail, you have caused a mishap on the ship.
Oh, why did? Oh, that's a 1d8.
1 die. You want? No, you wouldn't definitely roll 2, and you picked up that. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to go to Laura. Laura, which
is out of the room.
Mike, which swaggering do you have the least amount in?
I have the least amount in funky.
In funky, and you are a chimer, correct?
Correct.
Simmer. You can pick up one of your funky powers, a neural shock as well with Rusty. Do you have neural shock?
I do not have neural
You
shock.
can roll 2 dice and get a 7 and pick it up, but you would cause a power by Monkey See, Monkey Do.
2 dice for a 7.
2 dice for a 7. Oh, very good. Pick that up. Fred, you're with us, correct?
That'll go very nicely with my glorious Stentorian voice.
It would. Fred, are you, what's your race of your character? Genus, species. Just once more for me, okay? Cruz or Terran?
Terran.
Terran. I'm gonna double check my Skype here and make sure it's not on my end. Last week I couldn't hear.
No,
Rusty.
I couldn't hear. I can't hear Fred either.
Okay, yeah, it's. I think I've got all that set correctly, but okay. Terran, Fred, you can get funky powers as a Terran. You just can't lock them as glorious. How about you roll me an 2 dice for a 7 and pick up neural shock, or if you fail, it causes a mishap on the ship.
Okay, well, am I going to go try to pick up the roll shock? Oh, I see. Okay. So you're 2d8. Okay.
7. Sometimes close enough is only close enough. I don't have Tony with us. I don't have Bruce with us. I go to me. I'm going to go to Laura. Laura, your character is a Skia, correct?
Yes.
Give me, and you Skias definitely can get funky powers. Give me 2 dice for a 7 to pick up a neural shock. If you fail the roll, unfortunately, it's going to cause a mishap on the ship. And that is around the table and nice for everyone. And it skipped me as a Cruz because I cannot get funky powers. Let's go on to the next flip of the card. Unless you guys think that is tail-worthy of some sort for your character.
Not at level 3.
Probably not at level 3, you're right.
I mean, you know, not compared to my last ignoble, which...
No, unless that was your
got
first funky
27
power, Mike. Was that your first?
No.
Okay.
Mine
I'm going
is
to flip a card and an ace. And ace 2 is an encounter number 1. Let's see what that matrix is out to be. I need to get on my special cheat sheet here. Here it is. And an encounter number 1. Actually had a table I was constructing for this. Encounters on rocking down the wormhole. Great. Okay, so an encounter number 1 in a fidelity. Yeah, it is a tin-head mutiny. I guess that all that practicing of neural shock drained some of the power in the electronics in the entertainment modules, and the robots decided that we're going to have an attack. So why don't we go through a battle here? Because it's been a little while. We want to refresh ourselves on that.
Oh, sure.
Of course we want to refresh ourselves on that. It's what we live for. And I'm going to put it as a target number equal to the group. How about a 5? A defensive modifier of 1, just to start us off. And you guys remember the battle is that you have to have at least somebody do command, somebody do DOC, and somebody do assail. Or for each one we do not have, we add an extra combat penalty. So I will start with Rusty. Rusty, would you like to command? Would you like to...
Yeah, I'll start out with command.
Rusty starts out with command. Let me find my rules here. Do we have the tool up and running, Mike? Is that working for us, I hope?
Yep.
Oh, terrific. All right, how about if I give Rusty a command card of a 10, Bane?
A command card of a 10, Bane.
We love Banes.
First action.
Let's see. Command the troopers to fire by order of rank, birth date, and mace ID number. Fail and pinned plus all pips reset. Difficulty 10, advantage EE suit CQP. I do not have the EE suit CQP.
Let's see if we have it on the ship. On the squad overview, a P. We do not have P. We do not have.
I have open
BP
source
no
and generalissimo, which are Ps.
Yes, you can substitute either of those for the 3 dice to try to make your 11. It's a defensive modifier -1, or you can try to get the EE suit pickup instead. Which would you like to do?
Cube, huh? So it's pinned means what? That I always have to roll 2 dice?
You have to roll 2 dice until you're successful or until we win. Yes, you do not have the advantage.
Yeah, I'll try and get a 10.
Okay, give me. It's an 11.
-1.
Yeah, defensive modifier.
-1.
It's an 11. 1 and 3.
Ooh, it's an 11. Now I'll roll the 3.
3 dice. Covering with what? Which are your skills?
Generissimo, because it's
Sounds good.
locked. Glorious. Oh, still didn't make it.
Still did not make it with 3 dice, and you're not double rolling, so you're going to be pinned in this battle. I go on to Laura. Would you like to DOC or leave that to me? I've been DOCing as well. You can do funky powers.
She's gonna dock.
She's going to dock. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a card. And how about if I give you a, better you than me? How about a Bane Knave?
Ooh, aren't you glad you're here?
Thwart both external and cyber damage. Fail and retreat back to method support. Cruz, treat this instead as a vicious wound. Woo, I'm not Cruz. Regardless, add 1 and test insanity. Ugh. Difficulty 11, advantage ship matrix codes. Do we have that?
M.
Any M will cover it. I take that back. The only M that will cover it would be the ship, and we do have ship matrix codes, so you get 3 dice on that.
Okay.
And remember, yeah.
3 dice for 12, and you easily made it. So you do not suffer anything except the add 1 and test for insanity. What is your insanity number up to?
This will bring it to 2.
A 2? Well, you're easily going to roll 2 dice and make a 2, so I won't even have you roll that. So we move on to Mike. What would you like to do? We already have our DOC. We already have our command. Would you like to assail?
The DOC and the command are the only 2 we have to do, correct?
Nope, we have to assail.
No, we also have to have a sail.
Then I will do a sail, because I'm a chimer.
And how about an 8?
Is it a Bane?
No, it is not a Bane.
Bathe the ugly bags of most... Oh, wait, these are tin heads. Bathe the tin heads in flames. Success to drive off 1 threat or reduce enemy ferocity above 5. Fail and change method next round. Difficulty 9, advantage EE suit incendiaries. I do, in fact, have EE suit incendiaries. Not at glorious, but I'll take the 3 die.
3 die for 10.
Ooh, 21.
Okay, target number is now a 4. I believe did I skip myself? No, I haven't even come around to me. Fred, what would you like to do, sir?
What are the choices right now?
Well, the choices are that you can, even I'm going to have to review them again. I believe you can go brash, irregular, assail, command, funky
or support.
powers. Support? Yeah, somebody can support as well.
Support roll.
You're not wounded, are you?
No.
Okay. Is your character the type that would just weigh right in and go assail?
Well, I thought we had to do this support, don't we?
No, you don't have to do support.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do an assail then.
Okay, I'm going to put these close combat methods in here so that I can just bring it up repeatedly for us. And of course it doesn't parse well. Thank you, Epic Table.
I
I'll put it up there anyway. Here's your card, Fred. How about a 5 on a sale?
Not a Bane?
Okay, close combat, attack methods. Oh, am I reading the wrong one?
Not a Bane.
Yeah, read the one below.
Okay. Count down the days you have left in your millennium-long contract of enlistment. Success for Fury Pip, difficulty 11. Advantage trait Spirited. I believe I am Spirited. Let me double check here. Yes, I am. So that's on 3 dice.
3 dice for 12, and you gain the Fury Pip plus 2. And that is successful. Fury Pip for Fred. It comes all the way over to me, and
That's next round then.
Yes, next round you get plus 2 to your dice. Now, I have already done a command, and I mean, I would normally do DOC, but the DOC is being done by the Skia, I would probably have to re-show up the ski, except the DOCs are dangerous. So can I move from support to DOC? Yes, I can move to support to cover. So I'm just going to take a support roll right now. I got caught perhaps with my napping. Give me a maiden, if you would, on support, Mike.
Bane?
No, it's not a Bane.
Go.
Make a quick inspection of the airlocks after a sensor triggers. Well, that'd be bad if the Ten Weds are spacing themselves. Success to safely retreat or remove one person shaken or pinned. Regardless, gain calculated method next round. And now the calculated method, as long as we have that next round, that means that we can nullify a wound if we wish, if nobody uses it. Difficulty 11, ship integrity. We do not have ship hull integrity. I need a 12 on dice to successfully retreat. Nobody can actually be injured by this, but we see if I can make a 12.
Or you could remove my pinned.
Not if he rolls like that, he can't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, I would have removed your pin. Sorry, Rusty. No, I did not remove your pin, but with my failure. But I do allow the. We have a calculated, so if somebody takes a wound in next round, we're going to ignore that. Rusty, what would you like to do? We're back to a new round. Would you like to command?
Yeah, I'll command again.
And how about an ace?
Point of order. I don't think combat calculated. That doesn't allow us to ignore wounds. That just allows us to use swaggering techniques.
I looked this up, I thought, before, Mike, and I'll do it again. I believe the option is if you you can hold the command, the method of calculated method, and if you don't use it, you can use it as a substitute as well. When a calculated method is earned and has yet to be used, the first person of the player characters to suffer a vicious wound that subsequent round will instead treat the result as knockout. It's on page 105.
Yeah, you could also interpret that as double calculated, right?
When a calculated method
calculated?
is earned and yet to be used.
Okay.
And has yet to be used. So
Okay.
if we wanted to do a calculated method, one of us could just pick an action, because we're starting to build up swaggering now, and try to directly reduce the target number by even a D8.
Yeah, because I've got direct plasma.
But if we want to stay safe, we should do the cautious thing and wait for the second calculated to come around and then use the other one we have in reserve. But I'm going on to Rusty. What would you like to do? Would you like to do your command ace? Did we read that or not? Go ahead.
Not a Bane?
No, it's a straight up
Bark
ace.
your orders, undaunted by the confusion, as even your opponents look on in awe. Success for dispatch. Regardless, recover all parties pinned or shaken. Difficulty 8. Advantage savvy.
Preeminent.
Preeminent.
So
I have no Q, and I'm pinned, so I can only roll 2.
you can only roll 2. There is a Q. There is a PAV on the ship that you can cover for 3 dice if you wish. It's regardless.
I thought because I'm pinned, I can't.
That is true. Thank you, Rusty.
All right, so I
Give
need
me
an 8
2
on
dice for a 9
dice.
to pick up Savvy
9.
Preeminent.
And I got it. That's a nice roll, Rusty.
Somebody typed up Conrad that we're down on the flipper, please. Good for Rusty. Go ahead and pick up your Savvy Preeminent. And Conrad, are you in Skype yet or not?
Yes, I am.
Oh, terrific. Yeah, we're down on the flipper, sadly. Should we all reboot it, or how do you want to play that, Conrad?
I just reset it. If you would try relogging in, it should get you in.
Let me see if I flip a card here, what's going to happen. Nope, I'm still out. So let me.
You need to step out and step in. Yeah.
Do I have to just relaunch it, or do I have
that's
to?
correct. Yep,
do I
it
have to
says
just
you joined.
reload it?
Yep, I see you just joined.
Did you see that 10?
King of Voids. King of Voids is what I see.
Yes, a King of Void. Let me hit a few more. Okay, I'm starting to
6,
see them
yep.
good. All right, I'm resetting that. New cards for a new game. All right, so Conrad, you jumped in right at the right moment. We're fighting a target number of 4, defensive modifier of 1, a robotic mutiny aboard our own ship. We already have our command function. Would you like to DOC or assail, please?
Assail.
How about if I give you a card flip here? And there
Knave.
it is. A knave, but it's not Bane.
Always the best. Big
Always the
boom.
best is good enough.
Calm your panic before the enemy does the same of his. Success to take prisoner or reduce enemy ferocity above 2. Regardless, gain the Fury Pip, but your next method is determined by card's suit. Flare forward going forward. Player treats a sail method as Bane. Difficulty 6, advantage trait Fierce. I am not fierce. So I'm rolling 2 dice, looking for a 6. We don't have any mods, right? Or no, I'm looking for a 7, correct?
Correct.
There's a 9.
And so you've taken a prisoner, which means we go to 3 on our target number, and you automatically gain the Fury Pip, your +2 to your dice, along with Fred. Laura, would you like to pass DOC off to me, or did you want to continue to DOC? And I may have to get you to type in a chat, Laura. What?
Shields, here's no DOC.
DOC, how about a king?
About a king.
Ascertain what you need and ensure your source won't further aid the enemy or report you to the Hague. Success for dispatch. Regardless, gain tactics pick.
Oh, that's +1 for everyone. That's nice.
Difficulty 5, or so it's a 6. Advantage skill interrogation. I don't think I have that. I do not have that, so 2 dice.
2 dice for a 6.
Oh, fail.
Conrad, come on! You came in the game and Laura fails a roll. That's not good. All right, but it was only a successful to gain things, and the tactics pip is knife to the party. No crime, no foul. Mike, what would you like to do? A sail?
Yeah.
How about if I give you a 5 Bane?
Oh, wonderful. Just think I'm rusty. Camouflage, disguise, and use the terrain to hide perfectly still by standing in front of a poster of Raquel Welch that's over a tunnel board in the wall or something. That was a Shawshank joke. Even the areas explodes and lights on fire. Fail and suffer vicious wound. Difficulty 5, advantage trait durable. I am durable.
You're hiding probably in an area of the ship that's going critical, and so let's see if you can survive that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Did you survive that? No damage. I go on to Fred. Fred, it's wide open. A sail. Thank you, Fred. And how about an ace stellar? I mean, an ace is a great card for on a sail.
Practice makes perfect. Success for dispatch. Difficulty 6. Advantage EE suit DB. Targeting F. Do I have an F? I don't have any Fs. Okay. So it's 2 dice then?
2 dice for a 4 for you.
Yeah.
And you pick up DP targeting, which is really nice. F.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and the target number has gone to 2. I come all the way over to me, which is nice.
Do I not get a turn? Come on.
Oh, Tony is in the game. How you doing, sir? You got your character up and ready?
I'm ready. Yep.
We got 2 tin head target number from the mutiny that's happening. Mike, you know, they're trying to assassinate Mike because he has those ties to the crime lords. How about a knave for you? I forgot to ask you what you were going to do. I'm going to assume it's a sail.
I am a sailing.
Go ahead and take a knave, a sail.
Knaves are always good. Okay.
Yeah,
Big
knaves are
boom.
not bad.
Calm your panic before the enemy does the same of his. Success to take prisoner or reduce enemy ferocity above 2. Regardless, gain the Fury Pip. Yay! But your next method is determined by the card suit. Player going forward, player treats a sail method as a Bane. Difficulty 6, advantage trait Pyrrhus. Well, I'm a crew, so I'm pretty sure I'm Pyrrhus. And I am. Okay, so
Give
3
me,
dice.
3 dice for a 6 to reduce the ferocity.
Right.
And
There you go.
he picks up the Fury Peep for next round, and but he's random on his card flip. But we only have a target number of 1. I guess I should just go in there and brash it out. Why not? Here comes my 7. 7 on brash, please.
But point of order, he didn't reduce it because it said above 2. He reduced the ferocity above 2.
Success to take a prisoner or reduce the ferocity above 2. So what happens is guys of ferocity above 2 you can't take prisoner, Conrad. So instead, you're softening up their leadership so that eventually you can bring them to a point where they can be knocked out, run away, and taken prisoners.
Okay.
So, but these are just normal crew. I did not put any sort of negative penalty on them. Thank you for the post, Mike. Could be 1,000 ways to kill a man. Not that these guys count as men. They certainly don't. Trait inventive. No, I'm not trait inventive, but I do have the Fury. I do have, I should say, the tactics pip canceled the negative. So it is a roll of an 8 on 2 dice to win this battle. And look at that. I can make one roll a game. So we have successfully mitigated this encounter. It wasn't really a big battle, so I wouldn't really give us credit for any sort of action in it. But Mike, you probably could take growth for having survived your first assassination attempt. And I'm guessing with Mike, it's not going to be his last. That was mean. But again,
that was mean. But you know what? I don't care because I
no. But Fred tells me I got to pick on the Chimer more. That's what I read online.
Definitely.
Well, wait a second. No, I maybe got that wrong. But the crews are a little slow anyway. So as a cruise player, I'm a little slow. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip the next card for. We're back on the wormhole route map. We're the Mintaka. Where am I at? Asteroid Patrol. Forgive me. Let me hit the focus on that and get everyone on the same page here.
We should have reset our traits.
Yes, we reset our trait bonuses. We did not erase our wounds, but I don't think any of us were wounded at the moment. And we are traveling between Jerk Satyr and the Mintaka asteroids, and I'm going to flip a card, and that 5 does not get us a home. It is an encounter number 2. Encounter number 2. Let me see if I have that somewhere that I can look up. Rocking down the wormhole. We've met a ship that's smuggling Sakai between Mintaka and Jerk Satyr. If we destroy this ship, it could possibly increase the value of Sakai, which is good for us because we are part of the cartel that's mining it. So do we want to attack this ship or not? I will let Rusty make the decision.
Oh, definitely attack.
Okay, so we're going to go to the ship combat tables. We love those because they're actually a collective table. Just one of us. Question?
Who's this we're attacking?
Oh, it's just a ship that that's smuggling Sakai. So it's a freighter.
It's not Mace Design or Journeyman Cartel.
So if we
no, it's going to be probably related more to what S&R group or Mike's group that he has savvy with. I'm trying to find the table really quick here, reacquainting myself. Elements of the Grand Tacticals, cyberspace, ship to ship.
Bad guy.
Okay, we are going to go to destroy bad guy. I'm on page 180 if you're keeping close at home.
Do we want to destroy the bad guy or do we want to board them and take their Sakai? Because, I mean, yeah, blowing up their cargo would raise the price of Sakai, which is good for us. But if we took their Sakai, we could sell their Sakai, which is also good for us.
Yeah, we have channels to sell it. Let's take it.
Rusty, would you like to try to board and double the battle here, or would you like to try to destroy this guy?
Board.
Okay. Let's go to the boarding table instead. Down board, lock and board, guys. And I'm going to flip a card for us, and I'm going to get a queen. And that queen card tells me that we employ the domino effect of passing through an asteroid field and dislodging some of the numerous floating ferric bodies. Success for tactics pip. Fail as a party and counterboarded for repulsing your intruders in close combat. That's not too good. Regardless, the difficulty of any actions on escape are reduced by 2. Savvy Grenadier A. Who has Savvy Grenadier A?
Add Glorious.
Or can cover for it.
Oh, I have Glorious.
Okay, so we have a couple of people who actually can attack. Look at the squad overview here. We do not have ship lean, so that's not going to do it for us. I left off with me, Rusty. Do you have an A swaggering that can cover, or do you have the Savvy Grenadier A?
Nope.
Okay, so Rusty doesn't have any cover, and he doesn't have Grenadier. I'm trying to find my.
By cover,
actually,
you mean another A.
Look at that.
Skill?
I'm a Grenadier as well. Conrad, are you a Grenadier or have an A to cover?
People should have it. We had that big grenade battle.
I do not have an A to cover.
Okay, Laura, do you have a Savvy Grenadier or something to cover? A Funky Power A or a ship?
I have Grenadier, but it's not Glorious.
That's fine. You don't need to have it as Glorious. All you need to do is have the ability in order to take the action. Give me a roll of a 10 to pick up the tactics pip.
And do you have Magnetic Pulse? Because that's the advantage for the roll.
That is true. Thank you, Mike.
See, I happen to have both of these at Glorious, so I'm just waiting to make my roll.
I was gonna go before me, damn it.
Three
Well, we
dice.
all get a chance to make it because not only can we pick up swaggering from it, but tactics and tactics again means we've successfully boarded. So we have the tactics pip of +1. I go to Mike. Mike, you got +1 to your dice roll. Do you have you have the Grenadier trait?
I
You also have
Grenadier
EE
at
suit.
Glorious, and I have Magnetic Pulse at Glorious.
Wow, give me 3 dice then, please, for a
Right.
9.
That's a double
And
tactics.
That's a double tactic, so we are in boarding. Fred, it's close combat. Would you like to do a sail, command, brash,
I'll knock the
funky?
Okay.
You're going to sail again?
I'm gonna knock the command out of the way.
You're going to knock the command out of the way. You may try. And here comes your command card. How about a 6 Bane?
Okay.
You say thank you for that, Fred, taking that Bane away from Rusty.
All right. Shake off concussive blast as enemy targets your command. Control frequencies fail and shaken. Timer threat fail instead as vicious wound. Regardless, retreat back to method support. Difficulty 11. Advantage EE suit opportunity 5. Which are okay. Yeah, I have that. Okay, so that's on 3 dice for an 11, huh?
And it is basically you're just fail and shaken. Chime retreat instead is vicious. You're not a chimer. Retreat back to support method next round. That's the only negative effect from that. I go on to
only 11.
Yeah, he's
made
successfully
it.
succeeded.
Yeah, you were successful.
15.
Fire if you didn't have it.
So
Did you have you had EE suit opportunity fire? I take it that's why you rolled the 3 dice, correct?
yeah, so now it's glorious, right?
No. You have to roll 2 dice and make
Oh.
it again in order to lock it as glorious. And by failing the roll of 11, you would lose your opportunity fire.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to Tony. Tony, which action would you like to take? It's only a target number 1 to destroy it.
Let's a sail.
Go ahead and give you a sale card. How about if I give you an 8 Bane?
An 8 Bane. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. You sure wasn't that supposed to be for Rusty?
I'm sure he's got a Bane for me.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. I just didn't want you to feel left out. Free yourself from that rockin' hard place by calling in the Disco Robo Cavalry. Fail and route with method locked is defensive. Player going forward, player treats. Assail method is Bane. Oh, great. Difficulty 13. Advantage Tin Head Military Grade. Let's see. Do I have Tin Head Military Grade? Tin Head? No, I don't.
We don't have industrialized in the ship. If you have if you have a savvy or funky G, it would also cover.
I got nothing.
Okay, so let's see. Do you want to make roll that and pick up military grade?
You know, let me see. I got 2 make rolls. What happens if I fail? Anything bad?
Yeah, you routed and you have to take defensive actions. Not too bad, but
I'm gonna roll that. I think.
okay.
I will try. Let's roll.
2 dice for a 13 to avoid routing.
Oh
Man, I saw my fellow crew's routing, but his death benefits are going to Conrad, as I remember. So I'm not too concerned about him routing. I'm going to go on to my character, and I'm going to go ahead and.
If I could pay death benefits every time Tony routes, I'm going to
Well,
be a
you
very
could.
rich
You
man.
could take part of his paycheck. You could actually tell him that's the way it works. But looks like we got Greg Morrison in as well. How you doing, Greg? I haven't seen you in a little while. Since ConCon, I guess. All right, Greg, I'm going to add you between Mike and Fred. If you don't have a character near a 10, generate 1.
I don't see him on Skype yet.
I'm going to go to Red, my character, and I'm going to just take a Brash for the win. Give me a Knight Bane.
Sorry, I was. Yeah, I'll get that for you. Night
I'm sorry,
Bane,
you were doing-
Bane.
And Mike, if you would add Greg to the Skype, every time I do a hunt for him, I don't find his name.
Yeah, I'm trying to. That's why I was slow on the.
Got it. Okay. Spray fire in a 360-degree circle of destruction. Next time, perhaps think in Styridians. The enemy was lurking above and below. Fail and knocked out. Regardless, add to the wear and tear of PM suit. EE suit incendiaries. I look at my EE suit, and I do not have incendiaries, but I could pick it up on a 9, which is pretty neat. And there's no defensive modifier. Fail and knocked out. That would be sad. Tony routed, and I get knocked out. The crews will not be representing themselves. How about if I do that, and instead I did not fail, and but I did add a point to my EE suit, to my
PM cycle.
PM cycle. Thank you. I'm trying to find where I recorded that on my sheet. Oh, here it is at the top. That's my first. I find that highly dubious that that's my first, but I guess we.
I'm seeing you level 0, so that's.
It's probably
I'm actually level.
Record.
I'm actually level 2, and I have been keeping it on the side here. So I go on to Rusty. What would you like to do, sir?
So in this, do we need to have command and dock and assault?
We have the only thing left is dock. I missed my chance maybe to dock here. I was going for the victory.
Oh, who did command? Tony?
That was Fred.
Oh, Fred. Then I better do dock, right? Does Laura still have to?
Laura to dock it.
I'm always happy to do dock, but...
Okay, well then I'll do support.
Okay, here you go, Rusty. Back at support, you got yourself a Bane Maiden.
I love those Banes. Give the metal lads a joyous pep talk in your favorite character voice. Swedish Chef. York, York, York. Fail and shaken. Regardless, get funky. Your next card is, perhaps uncharacteristically, that method. Flair, going forward, all party artifice cards, suits are Bane. Regardless of the method in which they are utilized. Difficulty 12. Advantage Tin Head Linux inspired. Oh, let's see here.
We do not have May sanction on the ship.
Nope, I don't have Linux inspired.
And you don't have O in neither of your Savvy or your Funky Power.
I got Neuroshock Funky.
Yes, so if you wish to roll 3 dice for that 12 to avoid the fail and shaken, you may.
Yeah, because even though I'd like to get Linux inspired, a 12 is
12 is
horrendous.
tough. Yes.
Okay, 19. Oh,
okay,
I would have made
Rusty,
the 12.
Yeah, Rusty easily has made his roll, but next round you're going to take Funky Powers if it goes around that far. Conrad, what would you like to do?
Sail, I should say.
Sail for the win. How about a 10?
10s are always good.
10s are good.
And it's not inverted, correct?
It is not inverted. It's not a Bane.
Time your microwave launch ding to exactly match the launch SRBM cooldown timer, which every battle seems to deactivate for safety. About now, launch a success for the tactics VIP.
I think you're reading support.
Oh, pardon, I am reading support. But
it sounded like support if you're waiting for the microwave to ding. Mike has got it in the chat if you need it.
It was new to me, the ding of the microwave. Use your front vantage to signal a QB sneak, a change in strategy, success for a dispatch. Fail and you are pinned. Regardless, party ignores the next half D8 Banes. Difficulty 8, advantage skill veteran. And I am
3 Banes.
not a veteran. Veteran, rather. Yes, not a veteran. And I'm looking for an 8.
An 8 on 2 dice.
Somebody cut off there and I missed it. And I am pinned.
Yes, you are fail and pinned, unfortunately, but we are ignoring next three Banes. I go on to Laura. Laura for the win. You going to do DOC?
Yes.
How about if I give you a Bane 7?
But we ignore that Bane.
Yes. How about if we go to 2 on the number of Banes we ignore? How about a 7 DOC, Laura?
I like that better. Get ready and prep a body bag. Success for dispatch. Fail and your next half D8 actions are irregular. Difficulty 8, so 9. Advantage Funky Ab-Zero Crown.
No, there's no defensive modifier on this.
Oh, okay, sweet. It's an 8.
H.
I don't.
Funky.
Checking.
We have soft serve on the ship.
Absolute 0. Yeah, we do have soft serve if you need to cover 3 dice, but you want to pick up the Funky Power of Cryonics, which is great, and you have and you
Leave that
dispatch.
ice cream machine alone.
So she has gone and she has flash frozen the pilot with her funky powers. Man, and she is becoming freaky. And she has captured the ship.
Great job,
Again,
Laura. Always.
again, there isn't a
I
whole
should
lot.
mention I'm online and Laura's making rolls.
Good
That's
point.
well, not the first one, but we'll see. The that probably would be something, since we captured Sakai with this. It could be, I don't know. It could be ambition for all of us,
That does sound
making
like
some
ambition.
money.
Profit.
Yeah, profit ambition. I think is a good one to take there. So why don't we grab that?
Protecting our business interests.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I've got another 5, so I'm not even halfway there yet. And we move on to, I'm still trying to flip a 10 or an 8 or a 9 to get us out of this phase. There's a 10. Wonderful card. Gosh, we've had some good cards on encounters. So I'm back on the asteroid patrol. I'm going to move our ship to the Mitakan asteroids. I go back to the Mitakan climax map that you guys may remember from ages ago when we played. It's the one that has the Verdigris, the Verdigris. The very big vessel is on the far eastern side.
Might we check adventure for that particular encounter?
That doesn't really sound very adventurous, destroying a ship.
Not
Capturing it.
destroying the ship.
Prudent, maybe.
I
Or
don't-
cunning ploys
Or cunning
to
ploys.
capture it instead of destroying it.
What level, Conrad?
3.
Okay, 3. I don't know. I'll give you half a click toward it. I don't think it's. I think I
Half
got
a
a
click
table
it
to
is.
actually make half a click. But okay, so we're back on this map. We just got through the jerk
Is there
Satyr.
no one in the group below 3?
I'm
Did we forget one of the important steps of this game? Is it
I am level. Yes, we probably did, but it is all a matter of who knows. I'm going to move us right to Mintaka to start. Okay. Now we have a couple of different things that we need to do in system here because we reached the climax. One is you got to camp a walker star. I'll hit the focus on that. You can go to one of the 2 wormhole, I should say skyhook rails, descend down to the planet and start interrogating people to find out who the traitor is. Back on the asteroid patrol map, let me zoom that in. Back on the asteroid patrol map, or I should say the Mitakan climax map, if I hit the focus on it, you can see that we have that Verdigris base that's very close to our untapped Sakai. We might want to create a Hellbomb and destroy that base. So I leave it up to, Rusty, you made the last decision, I leave it up to Conrad. Conrad, did you want to descend to Camp Walker Red Giant's star and start trying to ferret out the enforcers or the traders, or did you want to go back to the untapped Sakai mine that we had and try to make the Hellbomb to destroy the Verdigris base?
I
Boy,
thought that was our colony.
Hellbomb sure does sound intriguing to me.
Hellbomb it is. Okay, I'm going to put us back over in here, and we already know where we're going. I'm going to leave the fog on the places that still have fog because there's other Sakai mines we might want to find. There certainly are a lot of missiles we haven't uncovered. There's some drones that protect the system. There's all sorts of hazards, but right now we know where we're going. Now I have a table. We love when I have a table. I have a table, and I think the table is called.
We is as in I. Yes.
It's
you.
it's called Q&D Making a Hellbomb from Sakai. Okay, so the finished product.
That's useful in every situation.
Especially near a 10. The finished product must have 3 parts. It must have a housing, it must have an explosive configuration, and it must have detonator controls. As they complete any one, the events could offer a chance to complete the item a second time. This instead results to switching into a Bane. If you, for instance, have already created the housing and you try to create the housing again, that was a mistake on our part and results in a Bane instead. A good spread of cards is best for this table. Yet through adaptive repetition of this Q&D, the party automatically satisfies any condition when the rank of the event repeats. So if I flip a 10 for you guys and I flip it again, you automatically get the the condition. Does that follow?
And
So-
there's 3 conditions.
Well, there are 3 different things that we need to produce. Let me put that
Okay.
in the chat.
But,
there are.
but
This
we
is a-
automatically succeed if 2 cards are the same.
Close, but what happens is this is a collective Q&D, Rusty. So if we do not have the condition the first time, if the card repeats, we get the condition automatically. Okay. As an example here, let me give us an ace. Oh, an ace is always a great card to start. And it's not even a bane. How could we have such great luck? I'm going to let Rusty read this out to us.
Because red didn't roll. It didn't shuffle. So
Yeah.
And it's in the
Who
chat
shuffled
for
these
you,
cards?
Rusty.
let's see. Hellbomb Ace. Times like these, you can use an extra hand to hold the flashlight or hand it off to someone perhaps. Success to fabricate the housing or cancel all peril to the party. If attempting character is cruise, difficulty decreases by 3 because they have 3 hands. Regardless, the ship gains a random swagger condition. Skill, core, recon, difficulty 8, and advantage funky mech aplekia. Okay, so let's see. Skill, let's see, core recon. Let's see here.
All right, the condition is core recon. I'm going to go around the table. Rusty, do you have core recon?
Is that a skill?
It is a skill, so you either have it or you don't.
Yes, I have it.
Okay, so Rusty, you're going to go ahead and make a roll of an 8. And do you have funky power mechplegia or mechplegia?
No, I have esprit de corps, but it's a lower power.
We do not have clockwork robotics on the ship, so it doesn't cover for that. Rusty, on a roll of an 8, you pick up mechplegia. And Rusty has picked up mechplegia. He also has successfully completed the housing.
Rusty's become a regular Professor X with all these powers.
And
Too
dice
bad I
rolls,
can't
too,
block
should
any of
mention.
them as glorious, but anyway.
Housing is done for us. Now, before anyone else attempts this roll to create the housing, that would be a bad thing. So we only need one person to do it. Rusty's the one who did it. We got the random swaggering from it. He picked up his mechplegia and mechplegia. But I will offer everyone around the table who has a core recon. Laura, do you have core recon?
I do, but you just said it wouldn't be wise to do it.
It's the reason why I'm going to offer it is because you may want to cause bad effects to the ship in order to pick up mechplegia. I wouldn't suggest you do it, but it is an option. Aye. You first have to be core recon, though, Laura.
I do have core recon. I don't
Terrific.
have Megapedia.
Now, once again, if you make a success here, we've double created the housing, which is a bad thing for us, and that would mean that we're going to go to the Bane side and punish some people around the table for your act of trying to pick up mechplegia.
Well, let's not do that then.
Oh, you're so selfless. That's nice. Mike, do you have core recon, or did you want to pick up mechplegia?
I do have core recon. And, as funny as I think it would be to have a double housing and start throwing banes at people, Tony's not immediately after me, so I won't do that.
Okay. Greg, do I got you online yet? Fred, do you have a core recon, and did you want to try to double
I'm
housing?
not gonna try nothing. I don't got it.
Okay, Tony, do you have core recon, and did you want to hurt the party?
I do want to hurt the party, but I got nothing. So
Yeah, I got
I
nothing
can't.
either. And so we move all the way back around to Rusty. I'm gonna flip.
I don't have it either, by the way.
Oh, forgive me, Conrad. We have successfully made the housing, and we're only 1/3 of this table done. And I flip. Look at that, ace and ace. It's going to result in a bane.
Could
That's
someone
not
make
gonna
me a
be
drink too? I would appreciate it.
good. Yes.
Whoever that
And-
was.
I like mine neat. So we're going to have raise a steady hand to give the thumbs up. Centuries of combat and explosive handling seems to be necessary given at this step of the process. If no one meets the condition or anyone fails to roll, another player at random becomes imperiled. All right. AE suit ordnance. I will start with Conrad. Conrad, do you have EE suit ordnance?
Of course I do.
Would you like to try to pick up on a roll of an 8 funky power precognition?
Let me confirm that. No, I'm sorry, I do not have ordnance. Of course
You
I
do
don't.
not have A ordnance. The
No.
A ordnance of the EE suit can be covered by the ships, but the ship does not have Zilchaline. Do you have any other A, Conrad?
Negative.
Okay, I'm going to go to Laura. Laura, do you have EE suit ordnance or any other A?
I do not have ordnance. I do have grenadier.
Very good. So, do you want to try to roll us an 8 to pick up precognition, funky power, and keep Conrad from being imperiled?
Random.
You may ask why Conrad would be imperiled. It's just.
2 dice?
Do you have precognition?
I do not.
Okay, so on an 8, you pick it up. Laura has kept Conrad from being imperiled and has picked up funky precognition. Mike, do you have an A? Of course you do. Did you want to roll an 8 and pick up precognition, sir?
This is not a success, and this is not an automatic bad thing for the rest of the party?
Nope, this is a chance to pick up some swaggering, sir.
Well, then, I don't need funky precognition because I have double precision targeting at glorious.
You don't want to be able to have a good sense of luck. Fred, do you have you do have an A cover? I believe you're a grenadier. Why don't you pick up precognition on 2 dice for an 8, please? Missed it by 1. Tony, do you have a grenadier? You probably do, right?
No, I do not.
Do you have EE suit ordnance?
No, I got no A's. Does the ship
No
have
A's. The ship does not have an A for Zilchalines.
Then I got
I'm gonna go ahead and over to me, and I have ordnance. I cannot pick up funky powers, but funky powers count as EE suit for me. So if I wish, I can try to lock this as glorious on a roll of an 8. I would like to try to lock my ordnance at glorious on a roll of an 8. Here comes my die roll.
Would it
I
be your
lost
ordnance,
it.
but wouldn't it be the P?
Oh, you're right, Mike.
Precision targeting.
So let me reread this and apply my roll of 6. So I have the condition. I'm rolling an 8 to pick up funky power precognition, which instead would pick up C cubed. I have C cubed, but I rolled and I missed, so I have lost my C cubed.
Wait a minute, isn't precognition F?
I did, which is F. Forgive me, F.
I have
F,
that
F,
as double
F, F,
precision
F.
targeting.
I have lost my DP targeting. Thank you, Mike. Keep me honest. And unfortunately, I lost my DP targeting by trying this. Trying this.
Abbott and Costello routine.
Raise a steady hand to give the thumbs up. Yes, it's if we play this more often, we may get comfortable with this, or we may never get comfortable with this system. It's not for the faint of heart. I move on to the next flip of the card. No, Rusty. Rusty, do you have an A?
No, I don't have any A.
Okay, and Conrad's the one that started us off. I'm going to go to Laura on the next one. We still need to beat two more parts of this process. How about a 4? And it is not inverted. Here it comes. Go ahead and read it out for us, Laura.
Sent off to hunt for a specific part. Realize your best option is to cannibalize off a working tin head. Success to fabricate the housing or cancel all peril to the party. Condition skill Myrmidon. Difficulty 9. Advantage tin head under warranty. I have no tin head stuff, but
it's A.
Oh,
Now, we here's sort of the rub of it all. Unless you want to pick up tin head warranty A, we already have the housing. So if you want to pass on this, there's no penalty for passing on this. Does anyone wish to roll that, I guess, and potentially hurt the party?
Okay, well, I can't pick up Tin Head under warranty because I'm a Chimer and I've already got Ordnance at Glorious. But the way I'm reading that is success to fabricate the housing or cancel all peril to the party.
Yeah.
So couldn't we just roll for that? And if we make that go, say, I cancel all peril to the party even though there is none.
There is no peril to the party. I read that as successful to create the housing, which would be a bad thing. We've already created the housing.
Okay, so you're not going to let us game that to our advantage.
No.
Worth the ask.
Yes, I follow what you're doing there, but no, I don't think my intent on the table was to do that. It was more to the fact that if you guys did not already had the housing and you had peril, you could cancel a peril, or if you did not have the housing yet you had somebody in peril, you could cancel the peril before you get the housing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to the next card flip. I go to Mike. We have had 4s, we've had aces. Look at that, back-to-back 4s. Who shuffled this deck? Let me give you the Bane on the 4.
Well, at least we get to see all the options on the table.
Well, good card distribution, I guess. Go ahead, Mike, it's yours.
Run afoul of government standards regarding legislation to keep dangerous toys away from children. Of course, I do have a crime lord proxy. If no one meets the condition or everyone fails the roll, another player at random becomes imperiled. With each attempt, any fail results in shaken. If everyone fails this task, the entire party is shaken. If character has bureaucracy, which I of course don't, difficulty decreases by 3. Condition EE suit ECM B, which I do not have any Bs. Advantage 10 head safety overrides. Safety override is D. I can't roll this.
All right, so run afoul of government legislation. Does anyone have EE suit B or a B cover? We do have wormhole priority, so anyone may attempt this roll. Let's go around the table, starting with Mike. Mike, would you like to try to attempt this roll with any D option, or try to pick up D? In your case, it would be EE suit D.
Well, I can't pick that up, and I've already got Mortar at, Glorious.
So you don't need it then. How about 3 dice
nope.
for an 11 to keep us from, having, shaken?
Sure. There you go.
Okay, I'm going to go around the table and just give options here. Greg, do I have you in the game yet? No Greg yet. How about, I see somebody came in and then dropped out. Maybe he got a call. Fred, you meet the condition. Did you want to try to pick up tin head safety override on a roll of an 11? Not an easy roll to make.
That's
if
on
you fail the
2d8.
roll, you are shaken for the rest of this encounter.
I'll skip it.
Okay, Tony, did you want to be shaken for the rest of this round to pick up tin head safety override?
I do, absolutely.
Give me 2 dice an 11, unless you want to use your Fury Pip.
Nope. I
case.
will be shaken.
Shaken. Are you fierce?
I am, yes.
You only be fierce for the next roll. I mean, you only be shaken for the next roll that you can attempt in this Q&D. Over to me. Now, I am also fierce, and I would only be shaken for 1 round. On a roll of an 11, I can pick up safety override. I'm going to go ahead and risk it, since there's, that's the way we roll. I now get my first 10 heads of safety override. If you're going to get 1 to start with, you might as well get something that makes sense for your character. And if these tin heads ever told me they couldn't do something, I would just tell them, no. You listen to the boss. You don't listen to your programming. I go to Rusty.
I need to re-roll because EE suit does not cover for tin head, correct?
EE suit ECM B, we're covering that with our wormhole priority, Mike. Did that answer your question?
But I was rolling for the, I made the roll, I rolled 3 dice looking for an 11 so that the whole party wouldn't be shaken, but
yes.
I did that under the D, which was, Mortar, and I rolled 3 dice for that, but EE suit does not cover for tin head, right?
Okay, no. So
I should have rolled 2.
Let's reparse this, okay? You make the condition, so you may attempt the roll of 11. You attempted the roll of 11 using your EE suit of D, but you're right. EE suit is subordinate to tin head. It won't cover up. So you would need a D of savvy, or you would need a D of a funky power.
Yeah, I don't have it. I'm like Tony, I'm shaken, but I'm fierce, so I'll just note that I'm shaken.
No, you would probably pass the roll, Mike, and then I would eventually make it, or Tony might have eventually made it.
Or I might, because I have safety override.
So don't worry about it, Mike.
As glorious.
It's sort of a snooze you lose. Don't worry about it, Mike. I go on to Rusty. Rusty, you have the option of making this attempt. I'm going to have to go back up to, we got a number of rolls here.
Yeah, I have the safety override as glorious already.
No, then there's no reason for you to make it because I've already made the roll.
To keep everybody from being shaken.
But I already made the roll, Rusty. So the attempt has already been made by me, right?
Okay.
And Conrad, unless you want to,
then I don't need to do it.
Unless you want to pick up Tin Head safety override, Conrad, on a roll of an 11, there's no
I would
need
like
for
to
you.
do that, but I can't make the roll, so let's move on.
You cannot make an 11. You're saying?
Yeah, too hard.
Laura, you're our last option. Did you want to try to pick up Tin Head safety override, which would count for you as a D funky power instead?
No biofeedback for her.
Okay, so she's going to pass. That's fine. We're back onto the roll. Next card comes up. It's a 2. We're still looking to try to build this bomb.
Toy.
It's not a toy. It's a bomb, isn't it?
That's what the regs say. Sorry, man.
Okay. And go ahead and read it, Fred.
Okay. Shave off some sharp edges that insult your sense of aesthetic. Success to fabricate the housing or cancel all peril to the party. Condition EE suit plasma torch. Difficulty 11. Advantage tin heads. Rebootable.
Well, it's sad that the party decided that we need to use a plasma torch on our nuclear weapon, but okay, we already have a housing that's holding the volatile material, so this is a bad thing. But there's no benefit, or I should say, there's no penalty for failure here. So let's just go ahead and ignore it as a group. Anyone want to try to get the tin head rebootable and possibly hurt the party or not?
I'm shaking right now. Could somebody remove that shaken penalty and pick up that?
No, but you can remove the shaken penalty yourself by rolling and failing this, and there's no disadvantage for failing it.
But if he makes it, then he would.
But if you make it, then yes, it's a bad thing that we'd have double Hellbomb.
I don't think I actually can roll it anyway. No.
13? Yeah, roll 2 dice and not make a 13 to cancel your shaken, Tony.
Oh, okay. That's pretty easy, actually, for me. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so Tony was the one we caught with the plasma torch trying to take that sharp little brad
Just
of metal.
recovering his nerve, man. Just recovering his nerve.
And somebody probably caught him and said, that's probably not what we want to do. And I'm going to go on to Tony with the card flip here, because nobody else is going to try to get Tin Head. I would love to get Tin Head rebootable, but it's a tough roll, and I don't need to have the double injury on the party. Here's the next one for Tony. It's a 5. We have not had a 5 yet. Could we possibly be fixing something else, or did we? All right, here we go.
It's a trick. Only housings are in the regular cards. Everything else is in the Banes.
Well, I could screw it up.
Here we go. Hellbomb 5. Ignore the fiendish laugh coming over the loudspeakers. Though kind of funny, someone would add a acoustic transductor to the dumb bomb. Success and remove all shaken, pinned, and peril to the party. Else gain the tactic pip. Condition tin head hack free. F. Difficulty 11. Advantage tin head Linux inspired.
So we're going to start with you, Tony. Do you have an F that will cover, or do you have tin head hack free?
I got a crack shot.
Crack shot is very good. So you may try to roll an 11 to pick up tin head Linux inspired, and take away peril to the party, which or gain the tactics pip, which is even better.
Okay, 2 dice of an 11, and I failed yet again.
Okay, but there's no disadvantage for failing. So I go on to my character. Do I have an F that I can cover? The ship won't let me cover. Do I have a savvy F? I look at my savvy, and I have crack shot as well. Hey, we've had similar life experiences here, Tony.
Training.
I'm going to try my 2 dice of an 11 to see if I pick up Linux inspired and also give us the tactics pip. And look at that. I've had some great rolls. So we're +1 to our dice roll now. And I'm going to pick up that Linux tin head inspired. And I move on to my brother. Do you have an F that you can cover?
Nope. I have the one that's lower, DP targeting.
Deep
that doesn't
targeting,
help.
yes, is the E-suit version of it, so that won't help.
That won't help. So no, I
on hack-free F. I go to Conrad. Conrad, do you
No
have...
cover. No cover.
Okay, Laura, do you have a tin head hack-free? You wouldn't, but do you have the funky power F?
Hack-free stuff. I have recognition and I have crack shot. It's glorious.
This gal is just multitasking. Go ahead and give me a roll of 11, Laura. It won't give us double tactics pip, but what it will do is it will give you the tin head Linus expired O as funky power O.
3 dice?
Do you have Funky Power O? This is to try and pick up a swaggering.
Funky power O. I do have funky power O, so just use 3 dice.
Well, there's no reason to roll it because we already have the tactics pip. But if you wish to try to roll 2 dice for a 10, you can lock your funky power O as glorious.
But
if you fail, you
would
lose
she
it.
lose it if she missed?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Gonna pass.
10. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to risk that 10.
It's about a 40%, I think. 10.
I go to Mike. Mike, did you want to try to pick up your EE suit O?
Well, you know, a few minutes ago when I said I don't need precognition because I have double precision targeting at Glorious, with hindsight, I could have used precognition. I can't roll on this.
Okay, I'm going to go on to Fred. Fred, do you have an F that you can cover, or do you have the tin head hack free?
I have the hack free.
Okay, you have the hack free, which is nice. So
What's
let's
the
go.
target number though?
You're going to roll 2 dice for an 11 to pick up tin head Linux expired. It's a free roll for you.
I don't have that yet. All right, I'll go for it. Hey.
Okay, you picked up tin head Linux expired as a free roll, Fred. I'm over to me on the reading here. So let me see if I can flip a card. We still don't have a. Let me see. I'm even forgetting myself. Where are we at? We don't have a.
We have a housing.
I'm looking. We have a housing done, and I passed it. Can I go back? Here it is. Right here. Let me post that. We need explosive configuration and detonator controls, and I have flipped a martyr card. Well, that's got to get us something, I would think, right? How bad could it be, the martyr card?
We have our detonator controls. Conrad's going to volunteer to do it manually. That would be a martyr.
That's a great idea.
It would be. Let's see what it says here. It says that
It's a promotion for me too.
shoo away a few tin heads looking at the device as their lost orphan child. This baby is not worth the bathwater, not one to celebrate any B-days. Celebrate success to assemble the explosive configuration or cancel a peril. Skill robotics. Does anyone around the table have robotics?
Ding, ding, ding. That's me.
No robotics.
Okay, I'm going to start with Conrad. Rusty, did you have it or not?
Nope.
Because I don't have robotics. I do not think I have robotics. Let me check my skills. No, I am a medical doctor though. I took that last level on my every other level. So Conrad, would you please make us a roll of a 9 under? Let me see if I can get that posted again. It is the advantage of Tin Head Code Patch T, and our ship has that if you want to take 3 dice for it.
So we need the 9.
We need the 9 to pick up the electrical configuration.
Okay, and but if I use if I take the T, I can roll 3 dice. But if I roll 2 dice and succeed, then I'll pick up code patch. Is that correct?
Okay, so if you rolled 2 dice and rolled the 9, we have a tactics pip of 1, so it's an 8, and you'll pick up the Tin Head Code Patch T. That is correct.
Let me also use my Spirited Gain the Fury pip.
You can.
So then, so now it's a 6. Looking for 2 dice, rolling the 6. Oh, there it is, baby.
A very timely use of the spirited.
Is there anyone else around the table with the robotics skill?
No, but I have the code patched.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to meet the condition in order to attempt the roll.
Is that what your account? That's like robotics.
Laura or Mike?
Nope.
Now, there are times when the condition and the advantage can be interchanged by other successful actions, Fred. But in this case, if you do not have robotics, you cannot even step to the table yet. And so I'm going to go to Rusty reading us. We have 2 of the 3. And 5. I believe we've had a 5 before, so that's going to result in a Bane.
I love Banes.
That was the one where Tony put a loudspeaker on the bomb so it could talk back to us. Sort of a Dark Star.
In the
All right.
David.
Go ahead and read it out to us, Rusty.
Let's see. Toss the cookbook instructions, set back in an aha moment, and boldly state you know how to make a bomb. If no one meets the condition or everyone fails the roll, another player at random becomes imperiled. With each attempt, any fail result in shaken. Condition: skill demolitions, difficulty 9, advantage tin head, task directed.
Do you have demolitions, Rusty?
Let's see, do I have demolitions? I do have demolitions.
Okay, so give me 2 dice for a 9 to pick up tin head task direction and give us that one chance, that one person making it so nobody's imperiled.
Okay, let's see. That's a precision roll. 9.
Terrific. You go ahead and...
Don't we have the...
Oh, you have the tactics pip. Thank you, Rusty. Yes, you only needed an 8. But you also pick up task directed as a tin heads.
All right.
And you have made the roll, which means nobody else needs to make it. Conrad, do you have a robot?
I do not have
Demolitions. Laura, do you have demolitions?
Is that
It's a skill.
Oh, I do.
Laura, why don't you roll 2 dice for a roll of a 9 in order to pick up
8.
if no one meets the roll, no shaken, no. Oh, no, yeah, well, if any attempt that fails will shaken, so it's up to you, Laura. You need to roll an 8 on 2 dice in order to pick up I, Funky Power.
I'd rather try an 8 on that. 'cause
Let's go.
last time I got
Let's
off
go,
for 10.
bro.
Laura has made the roll. Pick up your I, Funky Power. What is that, somebody?
It's the one I was offered the roll at 10 for. 8
Yeah.
was much easier.
Mike, over to you. You cannot get Tin Head, but you can get EE Suit.
Yep. I do, in fact, have demolitions. It's actually my first skill, along with
Saboteur.
Saboteur, because the rulebook says a chimer with demolitions and Saboteur is to be feared.
Or eventually needs to be spaced. Did you have an I as in EE Suit?
I don't have anything in I, so I will go ahead and roll.
I feared we meant neutered.
You need a roll of an 8, Mike, or you're shaken. Oh, look at that. Mike came through. Take yourself I, EE Suit.
I draw it.
And Fred, do you have demolition, sir?
I'm not going to roll for this one.
Okay, Tony, do you have demolitions?
I do not.
Okay, and I do not have demolitions either. I move on to Conrad with the next flip. We have 2 parts of the bomb, but unfortunately we got our first Bane. It is a Bane 8.
Our first Bane. I duplicate.
Pasting it in the chat. Our first natural flip of a Bane.
Go for throttle up. No more famous last words have ever been uttered. If no one meets the condition or everyone fails the roll, another player at random becomes imperiled. With each attempt, any fail creates a perilous state for the attempter. Condition: skill, Fusilier, difficulty 10, advantage, funky, neutral, shock. Oh.
All right, now Fusilier is an odd one. I doubt anyone around the table has it, but let's find out. Is there any Fusiliers around the table?
No
Any
skill,
cyborgs?
Fusilier.
Skill Fusilier. Any cyborgs around the table? Conrad, Laura, Mike, Fred,
Nope.
Tony. Not me. Nope.
No.
And Rusty. All right.
Nope.
Somebody at random, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that I can roll random on. I'll re-roll on an 8.
Can I step up? Can I step up and be the player imperiled?
Yes, you may, Tony.
I
You can
will
go.
do so.
You can go ahead and check an ignoble for that.
Ignoble.
And if we complete the bomb before we get the removal of the imperiled state, you will have a vicious wound from that. Okay.
Fair enough.
Ouch.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go to Laura on the next card flip, and Laura gets a knight. A good mix of cards coming up, so maybe this can do it for us. We'll find out. And the knight. I am grabbing it from the chart now. I'll ask Rusty's favorite question. Is it a Bane? No, it was not a Bane. Go ahead and read that out for us, Laura.
Simulate the countdown sequence for hands-free, proximity-sensitive, pattern recognition detonation. Little chance of that being premature since you're using a motivational poster of cats as stand-in for the Verdigris ship in your test. Success to sequence the detonator controls or cancel all peril to the party. Skill programmer difficulty
7. It's coming through now.
advantage tin head user friendly. Programmer. I don't think I'm programmer. I'm not programmer.
That would be the last part we're missing is the success for the detonator control. Is there any skilled programmers in the party?
I wish,
Ding,
because then I could
Ding,
make...
ding, 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 ding.
Okay,
ding,
we
ding,
got
ding.
our engineer here. Is there anyone else besides Conrad? No, Conrad, go ahead and give us a roll of a 7. Now, there is a break room coffee, so you can take 3 dice, or you can roll your 6 on 2 dice and pick up Tin Head User Friendly.
Do I still have the Fury Pip from before?
You most definitely do by activating the Fury Pip from before.
And do we have the Tactics Pip from before?
Yes, you need a 4 on 2 dice to go Tin Head User Friendly.
And should I fail this roll, then Tony would take a vicious?
Hey,
No,
well,
if you make the roll, Tony becomes a vicious.
Yeah,
Yes.
even
we
better.
And we win the encounter.
Well, that's not
Win.
that's
I think
That's a no-brainer.
Well, wait a second. Conrad, you may take this action and take away the imperiled state from Tony if you wish, or you can make the roll to create the detonator, and Tony's imperiled state means he walked away with a vicious. He is durable.
You don't mind a vicious. You don't mind a vicious.
I can take it.
Yeah.
Okay, we have our 3 parts of the bomb. Now we just got to deliver it.
Okay, I took a growth for that, for taking the vicious, or for taking the imperiled state.
I am going to take exercising prudence and precautions for creating a Hellburner bomb.
That work at level 3?
Yes.
I want to take publicity for
one was
creating
it
a Hellburner bomb.
You can take publicity for that. The fact that you are a famous demolition expert now that does not have the skill of demolition for creating a Hellburner. That could actually be something you can threaten people. You know, I'm the guy that created the Verdigris destroying Hellbomb. But we still got to deliver the thing. You're not going to like the way we have to deliver it because we don't really have a good propulsional system. We got to fly it over there, plant it on its base, and then get away and safely. You guys
Like
ready
piece
for
of
part
cake.
2 of this plan?
It's easy peasy.
We thought the building the bomb was difficult. Okay, so all we need to do to get over there is we need to evade their danger things. And danger things is all, you know, is an easy thing to evade, right?
The book away.
Okay, let me go to ship evasion, and this as well is a collective swaggering cycle. So
Great.
evading,
dinged, by the way.
evading, escaping bad guy, as in evading and escaping their defensive shields. I flip our card to start off. Who's the last person to read for us? Was it Laura?
Yep.
Mike, I'm going to let you be the reader. And we flipped, unfortunately, a Bane Knave. That's probably not what we want.
What are we-
As the regular card flip, but use plan goes awry in the next round. But it is... it's actually the escape knave will be what you read, Mike, if you wanted to post that as well.
Flea bad guy ship combat or personal?
It's escape space. You got
Yeah,
it.
it's Fleet Bad Guy.
Okay. The one that you've already posted,
Yeah,
but
that's correct.
wait a minute.
You're there. You go ahead and
Space.
read from Mars, Mike.
1-2, buckle my shoe to distract the mercs aboard from messing with the controls as they seek to fast forward to some action. Success to lower target by 1. Condition, shipped prized cargo.
Do we have prize cargo in our ship overview?
Yes, we do.
Price
Yes, we
cargo L? Yes, we do.
Then I guess it's rolling Savvy Better Valor. I don't have Savvy Better Valor. I don't have anything in the bees. I do now.
All right, so Savvy Better Valor. Well, this we do as a collective now. So does anyone... we have the ship's prize cargo? We most definitely do. Great.
Mhm.
Mike just made the roll and gets us to the base. That's all it takes. And you picked up Better Valor, right, Mike?
Yes.
Well, why don't we all try this? Fred, give me a roll of a 10 to pick up Better Valor, please.
Okay, let's try it here. Nope.
And Tony, a 10 to pick up better valor.
And I failed yet another roll.
And
Okay, it'd be
my
a
guy
9.
to
Don't
pick
we
up
have the
better
tactics?
valor. Look at that. I got better valor. You know, I'm getting
Do
so
we have
damn
the
lucky.
tactics pip, Red?
Rusty, better valor.
I picked it up.
And Conrad to pick up better valor.
We don't have the tactics pip from before? And
No,
the
no, this is a different battle.
different encounter. Okay, there it is.
Yes.
I picked it up just the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way sometimes is the best way. We like it when we pick up swaggering. I've gotten a number of them this game. Thank you, guys. Good rolls, good events. Laura, did I give you a chance to pick up better valor? Mike, did I give you a chance to pick up better valor? You picked it up first. I go on to the. Now we're gonna board.
No, inverted Bane is regular card flip
Plans
with the
go
combat
awry.
continues whose plans go awry.
But no, we actually made the result, which
it
meant
continues.
we got through. Only if we had to continue. Okay, so now we got to do a boarding action in order to place the bomb. So this is Q&D board the bad guy. So again, it's a collective, and then after that, we got 2 more tables after this, but the next one we're on is board the bad guy. We've actually done this several times over the course of our characters, so it's not that difficult. How about if I put a -1 defensive penalty on it to make it a little bit more interesting for us? Does anyone think that's too
I don't
much?
need anything. I don't need more interesting.
I like boring myself.
Yeah, boring. Boring's okay.
boring
It's a
doesn't check-
Hellbomb, for God's sakes.
Boring does
Even if
not check
I haven't
ignobles,
made a
guys.
roll yet,
You got to be able to check ignobles here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip the card collectively, and then I'm up to Fred for the reader here. It's a 7 Bane. Maybe we shouldn't have put that defensive modifier on these guys. It's going to be as the regular card flip, but with failure causing vicious wounds or loss of swaggering. That's ugly. Did you guys get it posted? You need me to. Lock and board. There it is. Yep. Go ahead and read that out to us, Fred.
Become a nightmare by flaunting your deceptive plans and broadcast to the enemy. Challenge him to stop your ruthless clone. Success to lower target by 1. Condition funky holographic imager. L difficulty 9. Advantage funky emotions K. I have.
All right, all of us meet the condition because we have prize cargo aboard, whether you're Funky Power holographic imager or not. We have a prize cargo that we're dangling out the side of our ship to entice them, to let us get closer. So I'm going to start with Fred, and I'm going to go around the table since we all made this. Any success will be success, but we're mostly trying to get that Funky Powers emotion. Give me a roll of a 9, Fred, to pick up Funky Powers emotions.
What happens if I miss this now?
If you miss it, it's no problem. Unless you're trying to lock
we're
your
gonna mock
Funky
you.
Power emotions as glorious. Tony, give me a roll of a 9
Tony
in
can't
order
make this.
in order to pick up EE suit.
Is it a 10
Okay.
red? Wasn't it a
that,
-1?
that sounds impossible, but I'll try.
Wasn't it a 10 red? Didn't you have a throw -1 on this?
Thank you, Conrad. Yes, it is a 10. Sorry, Tony.
Thanks, Conrad.
Man, that is cruel.
Thank you.
That is cruel, Conrad.
Even I'm laughing at that one. I didn't mean to laugh at you, Tony, but I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I'm
you did.
laughing with you. I hope.
Laughing with you, Tony. Laughing with you, buddy.
Yeah.
How about a 10 for me to pick up? Gosh, my gosh, I've never seen such luck.
Rules for
What
Red.
what is EE suit K?
All right, who hacked his
Star
dice?
point. I actually
Star
have
point.
It's star point, and by my luck, I just locked it as glorious. I got a glorious star point. I am DOC, man. You can't take that from me, Laura. Of course, I don't remember I said that 2 seconds later because I'm Cruz. I go on to Rusty. Did you make your roll? How about Conrad looking for a 10?
There she blows.
And you pick up the actual
Power.
Funky Power emotions, and Laura on a roll of a 10, Funky Powers emotions, please. And yes, and Mike on a roll of 10, Funky Power emotions, please. And we started with.
Actually, everybody made that except for well, never mind.
Except for Tony.
And
No,
Rusty.
Did we roll for Fred or not?
Fred
Yeah, I
missed it
missed.
too. Unfortunately, he missed
Fred,
it on
the
the
first, several of us missed.
Okay, so let's go on to now we are aboard the ship. Now, let me grab my tables here.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We got a -1. What ignoble we're gonna check here, guys?
That's true. We should check an ignoble for that. We just boarded a Verdigris space base. That definitely
Adventure?
counts as adventure or cunning ploy. Yes.
I'll take adventure.
Thanks, Tony.
days. Yeah, thanks.
It's battle if anyone needs it.
If
It's
only
also
I-
fame. This one is probably one that can match almost anything that you would have. I'm going on to the actual assault tables now, and we have entered the enemy ship, but we have to eliminate a lock. So this is where we're going to have to take calculated actions to eliminate a lock. Let's see if I can find the calculated actions here. I'm looking for the calculated eliminate. It's a breach. We need A to breach the lock, and that's the one we're going to use. So anyone with ordnance, anyone who has ordnance is going to attempt this roll.
Glorious.
All right, we're going to start with Mike because he can't lose it, and then we can all decide whether or not we want to participate as well. Mike, do you have any other A's? Under warranty, grenadier, biowar, pheromones, excuse me. Pheromones, thank you. Zilch, leans, or proxy or alien verdigris. How many other A's do you have, Mike?
I have Grenadier at Glorious. I think it would be hysterical if I had an alien Verdigris command proxy while invading a Verdigris base.
That would be funny, you're right. How about if you roll me 2 dice plus 1?
And what am I looking for?
15. You might want to make roll this.
I don't 3 dice this for having the,
No, this is calculated, Mike.
I'm just gonna go ahead and make roll it. We'll be safe.
Okay, so Mike has eliminated the breach. I'm going to post the table in the chat just so we can all look at it. Thank you, Mike. And that is basically on a roll of 16 or better, quell, a breach. 14, 15, lose swaggering. 11 to 13, pinned. 8 to 10, shaken. 5 to 7, knocked out. 4 or less, vicious. There's nobody else that needs to do the breach. So, Mike, you should check an ignoble for creating the breach. And
Okay,
that's cunning ploy, or that's judgment, I would say.
I already
Let
have
Tony roll
judgment.
it.
I'll take
He
cunning.
probably won't make it, but it'd be funny.
All right, now we gotta
I'm
fight.
sorry,
some
did you say
guards.
that wouldn't work for cunning ploys? Because I already have judgment.
It will work for cunning ploys. We're gonna have to fight a target number of 10. Well, it's a choice. A target number of 10 without a defensive modifier, or a target number of 3 with a defensive modifier of 4. Now, notice the defensive modifier can be canceled if you have inventive. I don't, but which would you like to fight, Tony? Would you like to fight 10 guys straight up as a target number, or 3, but their defensive modifier is 4, making all the rolls really tough?
10 guys straight up.
Okay, I think that's a better tactic for us crews anyway. Excuse me. Gosh, got a frog in my throat all afternoon.
Why are we asking Tony? He ain't making no rolls.
Yeah. Well,
That's why we asked Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, this is regular combat procedures. We need to get an assail, a command, and a DOC sometime during this action. Let's start with Tony. What would you like to do, sir, as your method?
What the heck? Let's just start off a sale.
Start off a sail is always good. Here it comes. How about an ace? Beautiful.
An ace is great. Practice makes perfect. Success for dispatch. Difficulty 6. Advantage EE suit. DP targeting F. I have DP targeting F.
On a roll of a 6, you lock it as glorious. You may want to use. This is a pretty big battle. Did you want to use your spirited, or do you have a spirited?
I don't have spirited.
Ah, okay.
Just mock me for that. Why don't you? Okay.
I know we do, but again, if you're going to change those death benefits over to me, mine are on you. But go ahead.
I'm going to try to roll this with 2 dice and lock it as glorious. So I'm going to lose my DP targeting. Hey, my first roll I've made. All right, I've locked it as glorious.
DP targeting locked as glorious. Success for dispatch. That puts us at a target number of 9. I come over to me, and I'm going to DOC it. And I'm also going to activate my Fury Pip for +2. And I got a king. Someone would like to DOC me a king into the chat. It's not a bane, thank you. You guys are immediately hitting me with the bane. You're trying to hurt me right off the bat, Mike. How about this? DOC king. It's commerce card. Ascertain what you need and ensure your source won't further aid the enemy or report you to the Hague. Success for dispatch. Regardless, gain the tactics pip. Difficulty 5. Advantage interrogation. I do not have interrogation. That is my next skill I'm going to pick when I go up a level. But I can roll a 5 because I'm +2 to my dice. I need a 3 on 2 dice. And I have reduced the target number to 8, and we are picked up +1 for the tactics pip. I go to Rusty. Would you like to do your command, sir?
I do, and I'm also going to use my Fury Pip.
You're spirited as well?
Yeah,
Very good. How about if I give you a 6 Bane?
I love those Banes.
No, we don't. We don't love the Banes. Go ahead.
I
Thank you, Mike.
love them. Shake off concussive blast as enemy targets your command and control frequencies. Fail and shaken. Let's see. Chimer, treat, fail instead as vicious wound. Regardless, retreat back to method support. Uh-oh, I can't command
Not next
anymore.
round.
Difficulty 11. Let's see. Advantage E suit. Opportunity fire R. Let's see what I have.
We also have break room coffee from the ship if you just want to roll 3 dice.
I also have Journeyman Cartel.
Sure. So on a roll of an 11, it's a 10 with the tactics pip. You can pick up EE suit opportunity fire, Rusty.
But I also have the Fury Pip.
Fury Pip.
Fury pip, that's true. So it's a roll of a 8 to pick up EE suit. Fail and shaken will cancel that fury from you.
Okay, so if I only roll 2 dice, I can pick up
Opportunity
suit
fire R.
Opportunity
Correct.
fire. Let's see here. That's an R. Let's see. Yeah, I better just try and do that. Up, failed.
Okay, so Rusty, you got the shaken and you get the fury. It sort of cancels itself out. If you get rid of your shaken, you're not fierce because you're a Terran, unfortunately.
Right.
But if another person's action cancels your shaken, then you will be back with the fury pip. I go to Conrad. What would you like to do, sir? We already have our assail. We already have our DOC. We have our command. It's wide open.
Sail it is.
Sail. There you go. How about a Bane Ace?
Other than the Bane part, it was actually pretty good. Distort the enemy seat sensors by littering the arena with far-flung heat spots. Fail and lose a swaggering. Difficulty 9. Advantage EE suit cycle containment. And is in Nancy.
We
don't
have
have that, but we do have crew unshackled.
That is correct. We have crew unshackled, so you can roll 3 dice for a 9 to fail to keep from losing swaggering.
We do have the tactics pip, so it's an 8.
You can roll. You can roll an 8 and pick up EE suit cycle containment if you wish.
Or lose a swaggering. I can lose one from the ship, right?
Yes, you may.
Or from Tony.
No,
there
you
it
can't
is.
lose it from Tony. All right, you made it. So pick up your EE suit cycle containment. No other loss from that. I go over to Laura. Laura, I've already done the DOC. You certainly can double up on it, or you can wait and stay in support to come out, or you can use your funky powers, which I thought we were trying to develop. You got your trip crystal yet or not?
I think I did.
You have S as a funky power?
Yeah, trip transport, yeah.
Okay. What would you like to do, Laura? Assail, funky, brash, support, DOC?
Let's try funky, I guess.
Funky. How about a 5? Test out those implants.
Puzzled about why you're being treated as a non-combatant? Success for dispatch. Regardless, gain catbird seat. If player offers a plausible roleplay explanation, difficulty drops by 3. Difficulty
All right.
10, advantage skill, core recon.
Let's start with that roleplay explanation. So why would you either be puzzled, or why are the enemy Verdigris treating you as a non-combatant, especially since the Verdigris hate the Skia? They hate them. Are you invisible suddenly? What's the justification, Laura?
Oh. No, I've got the
She's got a good one.
for that.
They hate Tony more.
I mean, yeah, but I'm wearing the bottom half of a
All right, let's let Laura talk.
I may be a Skia, but I'm wearing the bottom half of a cruise suit. They don't realize I'm a Skia.
Okay. Give me a roll of a 7, please. Do you have core recon?
Yes, I do.
Give me 3 dice for a 7 in order to dispatch one. And you've easily done it. Plus, you picked up the catbird seat of +3 next round. We are at target number of 7. I go to Mike. What would you like to do, sir?
I would go ahead and use my spirited bonus to go ahead and hook up my my fury pip, and then I will just assail.
How about if I give you an inverted martyr?
How about if you give me a martyr?
A Bane martyr.
That card is so good, Rusty is jealous of me right now. Suspend targeting and reposition. The enemy is on a hasty prowl. Fail and suffer a vicious wound. Regardless, add to wear and tear toward PM cycle. Difficulty 5, advantage skill core recon. I do have a skill core recon, so I'm rolling 3 dice. I have a spirited bonus, which means I need to roll a 3 on 3 dice.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
All right, but make sure you add that point for your PM cycle, all right?
That takes my PM tally up to a mighty 4.
Okay, and I'm going to go over to Fred. Fred, what would you like to do as your method?
What still needs to be done?
None of the critical ones of command, DOC, or assail
badges.
have need to be done. It's totally up to you. Brash
I'm gonna go
is the most funky.
Neural shock.
Pick up funky. Well, if you want to do funky neural shock, we would have to first earn a calculated action for you to take that specific ability. So you
I
can
have the
do
ability.
if you do funky as a method, it may result in you gaining a calculated action, or it may result in you picking up other funky powers.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out.
Okay, funky. How about if I give you a maiden? Funky maiden, please.
Okay, cleanup required on IO1. Success to drive off one threat or reduce enemy ferocity above 5. Regardless, cancel enemy defensive modifiers. So long as you remain in this method, difficulty 13, advantage funky biofeedback D.
Now, it's a tough roll as a 12 because we have the tactics pip. You could make roll it and pick up biofeedback as D. You're making them all shat themselves.
I've got 2 more. I'll use the make roll.
Okay, so you picked up funky biofeedback by making the Verdigris shat themselves. That would be both the animal that rides on top of the lizard creature and the lizard creature itself. And you have reduced the ferocity by 1. We're up to 6. I'm over to you, Tony. What would you like?
Someone, that's a good thing.
What would you like? Yes, absolutely. A whole army that we're attacking is shatting itself. Would you like to, Tony? What would you like to do, sir?
This represents the new
It's a
round,
new round,
right?
yes.
So I will. I'll go assail.
Tony will take her assail. How about if I give you a queen?
A queen. Queens are always great.
Queens are good.
Exhale slowly and pull the trigger. Success for dispatch. Regardless, gain catbird seat. Difficulty 5. Advantage skill sniper. I believe I am a sniper.
You're going to shoot one of the guys who's shatting themselves, so that's probably put him out of his misery.
Boom.
Boom.
There you go.
I believe you pick up the catbird seat for that too. And we are at 5 target number. Back over to me, and I'm going to flip my DOC card again. How about if I got an inverted knave, a Bane knave DOC? I've been trying to get my skills to concentrate on DOC stuff. But okay, let's see what it says. It says thwart both external and cyber damage. Fail and retreat back to method support. Then I'll be screaming for you, Laura. Crews treat this instead as a vicious wound. I'll still be screaming for you, Laura. Regardless, add 1 and test for insanity. My insanity is already at 0, so it becomes a 1, and I can roll 2 dice above and meet a 1, so that's not going to be a problem. But it's an advantage of matrix suit codes M. We have M on the ship, and so I roll 3 dice for this to keep from retreating back. And I have made my roll of 10. I go on to Rusty.
I have to.
Red, so that was yeah.
You have to go to support, right?
I have to go to support.
Can command get you to support safely?
Yes.
Thank you, Mike, for being Johnny on the spot for that. Here's your support card, Rusty. It's a 7.
What? No Bane?
No Bane.
I think apparently the tool's broken, Rusty.
I guess. Conrad programmed it though. So ignore the sounds of falling objects and percussive blasts as just a recreational video dropping out of cause. Success to allow calculated method next round. Let's see. Regardless, enemy drops 1 ferocity so long as you remain in this method. Well, they don't have any ferocity, right?
No, they do not have a ferocity. I can give us an extra +1 from that if I was playing kind, but I don't think we need it since it doesn't have any
Difficulty
defensive
10,
mod.
advantage ship intruder, and I have what, a +1 -2, so I'm looking for a +2, and then I'm +2 for the Fury. So I'm looking for
A 7 to make us intruder free. And somebody's giving me lots of brown stones I can put up there. Give me a roll of a 7 on 2 dice, Rusty.
No, let's see. I'm +1 for the Pip, tactic Pip, right? I'm +2 for my Fury.
Yes.
7.
And then I'm -2, so I'm +1, right? So I look for a 9, right?
Sorry, I forgot that you're shaking.
Yeah, so I'm shaking. So I'm looking for a 9, ship intruder, intruder free J. And is the ship intruder J?
No, it's not. We're going to pick it up if you roll your 9.
Oh, precision.
Thank you.
Rusty has made our
There you
test.
go,
Rusty fell back to support and sweeped our own ship of intruders. Probably what he did is he went and locked all the cabinet doors. We need a command roll, Conrad. Are you able to move from a sail to command?
I have
If
to
he
ask
moves
Mike
from
that
a
question.
sail, he will take an auto bane from a sail.
You auto
Sail
bane
moves
from a
faster than-
sail. Let's. What about Mike is at a sail, so he would auto bane. What about Laura? Laura from Funky can go. Funky go to command or not?
Funky can go to command without penalty.
Okay, so it might be on Laura. What would you like to do, Conrad? A sail?
Mike, do I have the option to go to Brash without taking the Bane?
Yes.
Then I will go to Brash. I'm feeling very brashy right now.
How about a 6 bane? Brush
It
him
doesn't
in.
matter. I picked up the Bane either way. Follow your present orders to draw fire. Fail on all pips, reset to 0. Flare going.
Wait a minute.
I'm off on that. Is that
Flinch as a shot ricochets into your visor. I'm sorry, that was the sail option there. Flinch as shot ricochets into your visor. Fail and suffer a vicious. Regardless, add 1 and test insanity. Difficulty 9. Advantage savvy dreadnought T. That's clearly the time for the make roll.
Well, did you take a shot to the face and you survived it, huh? Good for you. Go ahead and take up Savvy Dreadnought T for your troubles. And we go on to Laura. Laura, you going to do our command action for us?
Sure.
How about if I give you a martyr card?
I think I still need a test for insanity, Red.
What is your insanity?
Currently, when I add the 1, it's a 4.
Okay, so 2 dice, you need to get a 4 or better, Conrad, or you have gone insane.
I have not gone insane.
Very good. I go on to Laura with her martyr. Go ahead and read it out, Laura.
Time to discover the squad's capability when free of arbitrary restraints. Success for tactic tip. Regardless, recover all party pinned or shaken, but your next method is determined by card suit. Difficulty 11, but I have catbird seats, so difficulty 8. Advantage ship zilt means.
You'll pick it up on a roll of an 8.
No loans.
She's on the phone here as a ski, renegotiating our ship loan while we're in the middle of a firefight. Good for you, Laura.
I do have grenadier, but that one won't substitute.
And so my shaking automatically goes away?
Yes, she has recovered your shaken as our step-in commander. Come on, Laura, you can make an 8 on 2 dice. I've seen it. Was that Conrad's 14 for?
No.
Oh, she's not as good a negotiator with our credit union as we thought. But success for the tactics pip is not going to be a problem. We just don't double tactics pip, which would have dropped the target number by 1. I go to Mike. Mike, we have covered everything. Mike, what would you like to do? You've got a free choice.
If I had tactics pip, wouldn't I have made it?
You got fury and tactics. That means you need an 8, right?
Oh, no, I was using catbird seat because I got in that on my last
She
one.
got
Forgive
+3
me.
for the catbird. She made it.
No, the captive. See, +6. You made that easily. So let's go ahead and move that tile. Thank you for negotiating our end of our credit. You got our student loans.
She just role-played that up by negotiating with the ref.
And the target number drops because we get tactics pip followed by tactics pip again. The target number drops for that. I go over to Mike. Mike.
I will assail.
Mike will assail. Here comes your card, sir. How about if I give you a 2?
I like that. It's not a bane. Nod graciously as some dude salutes your ability. Success to drive off 1 threat or reduce enemy ferocity above 5. Fail and change method next round. Difficulty 10. Advantage EE suit. Direct plasma Q. I do have direct plasma Q. I also have, we still have a tactics pip, and I have a fury pip because of my spirited. So
7, did you want to lock your direct plasma as glorious, please?
I'm going to try to lock my direct plasma as glorious. I can
Roll
roll
of a 7.
See?
And you made it. So go ahead and you did not fail to take your method. I believe Laura is taking a suit method next round if we get around to it. And but Rusty can move out of support.
She has to go by whatever the suit is.
Correct. And Rusty can move out of support for her command ability. Success to drive off 1 threat, Mike. We are down to 3. I go to Fred. Fred, would you like to do funky again?
How many of these guys are left?
3.
Yeah, we'll give it one more shot.
How about a maiden card?
Not a Bane.
No Bane.
Clean up required aisles of 1. Success to drive off 1 threat or reduce enemy ferocity above 5. Regardless, cancel enemy defensive modifiers so long as you remain in this method. Difficulty 13. Advantage, funky bile feedback D.
Now, I would not suggest you use the second make roll to lock that as glorious. It is an option.
I have that.
Yeah, 3 dice and see if you can reduce the target number for us. Boy, this is an ugly battle. He's just sitting there up on the hill, making these guys slowly shat themselves. But he didn't make the roll this time. I go to Tony. We're starting another round again.
You didn't lose it for rolling 3 dice.
No, yeah, Fred. Because you took the advantage of the 3rd dice, you're not actually trying to lock funky biofeedback as glorious, so you don't lose it.
Okay.
So that was a good.
Yeah, that was a good choice. A lot of times, if you want to play conservatively, which I think, Mike will do, when he goes up a level, that's when he'll lock some of his swaggering as glorious. Is that correct, Mike?
Well, yeah. Because I've got the.
Because that way you don't have to risk him in battle, especially when it's a high roll like a 13. I'm going to go on to Tony. Would you like to assail again, sir?
Yep, new round. So
how about if I give you a Bane Martyr? Got some ugly cards this game too. I apologize for that.
Okay.
Here, let me shuffle the deck.
Yeah, thanks. Suspend targeting and reposition. The enemy is on a hasty prowl. Fail and suffer vicious. Ouch. Regardless, add to the wear and tear toward PM cycle. Difficulty 5, advantage, skill core recons. Okay, so I have skill core recon, so I'm 3 dice. I'm in the catbird seat right now. So that gives me an additional +3. And I think we have a tactics pip. So
yeah, we have a tactics pip. I think you're making this roll. But
3 dice for a 5. Hey, I've succeeded. Okay.
You're also going to need to add 1 to your wear and tear again, sadly.
This is actually my first PM tally one, so I have a 1.
Okay. There you go. And we're going to go on to, that is only tested when we start an adventure, unlike the insanity is tested when it appears. I'm going to go my DOC again, and I've got myself a knight card, if someone would like to post that for me.
DOC Knight?
DOC Knight, please. A DOC Knight, reduce the enemy mobility by creating field obstructions. Success to allow calculated method next round if Fred wanted to jump in and take that calculated method. Otherwise, we can hold that, and it can cancel a wound that we might take. If the group is fighting on their own vessel, a failed result on this rearrangement of the decorum causes the loss of a ship swaggering. We are on the Verdigris base. I do not have jury rig. I probably will not get jury rig for a long, long time, but actually it's in 2 levels. So reduce the enemy mobility on a roll of a 5, on a roll of a 4 for tactics pip, and my ferocity. So on a roll of a 1, I believe I made it. So we have obtained the calculated method, which can cancel the first wound we receive. Maybe we want to keep it for that. Rusty, you're out of support and back to command, correct?
Right.
Hold on. Let me double check and make sure he's good on that. Yeah, you're good. You're good moving back to command.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that you can bebop back and forth. It sort of makes sense tactically to have one person always in support to step forward as the commander. How about a Martyr Bane, Rusty? Gosh,
Love
you
that.
and Banes.
Okay. We've had the Martyr Bane before.
Yes.
So we got it twice.
A lot of these cards are doubled up this deck shuffle.
I had a paralyzing desire to weep in remembrance of a fallen comrade.
It was Tony.
It must be funky right. Funky right. Fail and a vicious with +1 PM tally. Regardless, route with method locked as defensive. Wow, that's a pretty nasty bane.
It is pretty bad, nasty bane. Yeah, that's a 1 in 28.
Advantage funky
No,
reinforced.
it's 1 in 32. I'm sorry to say. Yes. Difficulty of 10. You can cover the R with your break room coffee if you wish to get 3 dice to avoid the vicious wound, or you can try to pick that up on a roll of a 7.
Well, let's see.
Conrad is saying that a make roll, perhaps.
Yeah, probably make a roll, but it doesn't actually have any effect on the rest of our conflict, right? The enemy must be funky fail, right?
No, this is you're trying to keep yourself
Just keep
alive as you
myself
run
from
away.
going. So regardless, I'm still going to route with method locked at defensive.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do a make roll.
Okay, so you have picked up funky reinforced synapses. You activate that implant that you bought at the local 5 and Dime on the last stopover we had. Good time to test it. You're going to go ahead. If we go once more around the table without killing everyone, we're going to you'll be take a defensive roll. I go to Conrad.
Feeling very brashy.
How about your brashy of a 3?
Brashy with 3, not a bane, correct?
Not a bane, no.
Restrict the enemy field of fire and then some. Success for the tactics pip. Difficulty 11. Advantage skill veteran. I am not a veteran, unfortunately. So I'm looking for an 11. I believe we already have the tactics pip, so I'm looking for the 10, correct?
We do have the tactics pip. That is correct.
So I'm looking for the 10 to pick up the double tactics pip. And I did not succeed.
We did not succeed. The double tactics pick would result in the dropping of the target number, but you did not get that. I go to Laura. Laura, you're wide open. You want to go back to Funky? She was at command. No, her card suit decides where she goes. Is that correct, Mike? Okay, so Mike, look at Funky, and then if she ends up going to politics, which is a defensive, is she allowed to move to defensive?
Yeah.
From Funky? Anyone can move to defensive without a problem. So, Laura, give yourself an Ace Bane defensive. KO on a 5. Go ahead and who's ever got it to post it.
Actually, if you move from brash to defensive, it's an auto bane, and if you move from a regular to anywhere, it's an auto bane.
Doesn't matter. I got a bane anyway.
Yeah.
Attempt white or lick.
Double bane.
Obscuring the outside and inside of your visor. Fail and knocked out. Difficulty 4. Advantage trait pierce, which I believe I am. Sam. So 4 on 3 dice. I think
With a tactics pip, yeah, I think you can roll a 3 on 3 dice.
Finally, a good roll.
And Conrad, when you get a chance, you probably should push the tables out of your word copy into your tool, because I believe that 4 is a 5 in the actual game manual.
Okay.
If you don't have a word copy of that, you can. I can send it to you.
I think I made these from the Word copy, so you might want to send me the latest.
Okay, because it's odd that I'm reading that. I saw it on the quick look table as a 5, and I wonder why I came up with a 4 here. But I will do that. Go ahead, and Laura has made her roll easily and is not knocked unconscious. She is not stuck at defensive. Mike, where would you like to go?
A sail.
A sail. How about an ace?
How about an ace? It's not even a bane this time. Practice makes perfect. Success for dispatch. Difficulty 6. Advantage EE suit double precision. Targeting which I have. I need 3 dice for a 6. -1 for the tactics pickup is a 5. -2 for my spirited is a 3. I can make a 3 on 3 dice.
What? Do you want to lock that as glorious or not?
It's already glorious.
Give me 2 dice. Give me 3 dice for a 3, please.
Yeah,
and we have brought the target number down to 2. Fred, would you like to do Funky Powers still?
Let's go ahead, go for a good old sail.
Sail. How about if I give you a 5 bane?
Hold up, Fred.
Oh wait, no,
If
I
you
can't
move to a sail, you're an auto bane.
do defensive.
Defensive. 5.
Yeah, it's still a 5 bane.
5 bane.
I go native, blend with taints, third-party civilians, halfway promotional posters, store mannequins, tin heads on strike, etc. Fail and suffer vicious, difficulty 12, advantage, funky chameleon skin,
That is an ugly card.
which I don't have. What were all the pluses we have?
1 plus 1.
Oh, I thought we had more than that.
It's a difficulty of 13 minus 1 is a 12, Fred. The numbers there are off.
I'll go ahead and burn a make roll here.
Okay. Make roll that. The
And pick up the
the defensive option does two things in the game, Fred. One, it's a place you get forced to because you failed a previous roll, and two, it does not apply the defensive modifier. To just use it as a method, it's got some really high rolls like this 12. Actually, it's a 13 in the manual. I go on to Tony. What would you like to do? Assail and start us off a new round?
Yep.
Target number 2. How about a queen, Tony?
The queen. Oh, I got a queen before. Oh wait, it's not inverted. Queen. Exhale slowly, pull the trigger. Success dispatch. Regardless, again, catbird seed. All right, I got catbird seed. Skill sniper, and I am a sniper.
Hey, you did it
So,
again, huh?
There we go. So I'm 3 dice.
While they're stuck in the biofeedback, you brought it to 1. Over to me. I'm going to take my DOC action, and I flipped 3 Bane on DOC. 3 Bane, scan for enemies and find a respite in which to triage your squad. Fail and a vicious wound with a PM cycle. Skill core recon on a 10. I use a make roll, and so I'm going to cancel that vicious wound I could potentially take and the PM cycle. And we go on to Rusty. You want to command?
Do defensive.
You have to do defensive. That's correct. We go on to a queen. Defensive, Rusty.
No Bane?
No Bane. You don't want Banes here.
Feat, don't fail me now. Success to safely retreat or remove one person shaken and pinned. Regardless, party ignores the next half D8 Banes. Okay, difficulty 9.
It's not a 9. It actually is a 10. Minus 1 for the tactics pip is a 9.
And
So,
advantage savvy.
And 2 for your fury gives you 7. So Eisenfuss.
Eisenfuss.
Yes.
That's J for savvy. Let's see. I have recombinant.
It's success to safely retreat or remove one's person or shaken or pinned. There's no 4. Why wouldn't you pick up say a savvy Eisenfuss on a 7, Rusty?
Oh, there's no. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'll try.
2 dice for a 7, please.
Actually, it's
a 10.
Oh, because it's a 10? Okay.
Yeah, it's a 10 in the game manual. Minus 3 is a 7.
Failed.
Oh, gosh. Ooh, that's a tough roll to watch come down. Conrad.
But how many Banes do we ignore?
We don't have a command yet, Conrad.
We've ignored 3 Banes, he said.
Yes.
I'm in a Brashy.
Okay, here we go. Brash. How about a Bane Maiden? Now we only have 2 that we ignore. Take your
Just a straight up maiden, right?
take your Maiden, please.
Foo Gaming. Blast the Fook for Fook's sake and Fook for all your Fookin' worth. Also uncheck the box for Fooging Tarantino in your HUD translator. Page 5, 3/4 scroll down. Success for dispatch. Difficulty 10. Advantage EE suit cycle containment N, which I picked up just a moment ago.
Let's add all of your modifiers. So it's a 10, subtracting 1 for tactics, 2 for the fury. It's a 7 to lock that as glorious and win the battle if you wish.
Boy, that sure does sound good to roll that bad boy. Yeah, let me roll it to see if I can pick that bad boy up.
Now,
so I'm
if you
risking
fail,
it
you'll
all.
lose it.
Yeah, well, yep. So looking for the 7.
7.
Oh, crying like Tony.
Oh, no. Double ones.
Wow.
Now,
that's
double
Lord
ones.
gives, and the good Lord takes it away.
Yeah, double ones would have been, well, it's true, and I've lost one of mine this time like that as well. If you double ones during task would result in insanity point and PM cycle, but not during Q&Ds. We go on to Laura. Laura, what would you like to do? We do not have a command yet.
Can I move back?
We ignore Bane, so you can move the command. You can move anywhere this time.
Okay.
Who rolled those dice? Oh my gosh.
We need a command, but I'll do it if you don't.
I'll do command.
Yeah, don't let the Chimer command. We'd never live it down. How about a king command, Laura?
Anchor the attack, standing defiantly, gesticulating orders. Success to drive off one threat or reduce enemy ferocity above 5. Regardless, recover all party pinned or shaken. Difficulty 10, advantage savvy dreadnought. T.
You have ship integrity, hull integrity for T if you want to roll 3 dice for that 7. It's for the win.
I think I'll go for 2 dice, see if I can pick up Dreadnought.
Go ahead and roll it.
See if this is doable. We have any...
That's the 7. 7 to pick up Savvy Dreadnought. T.
Just the 7.
Yes.
All right, so the battle is won. We have planted our bomb. We have fought all of our we're going to fight, but we still got to get away.
But that would be a battle
off.
ignoble, correct?
Yes, you may check an ignoble. We all want to check an ignoble. That was a pretty decent battle. A lot happened in it. I'm going to take notoriety for that, for for infiltrating the Verdigris base and planting the bomb.
I'm going to take experiences beyond comprehension that we fought this great battle. At the end, our ship leans went down.
In judgment, sure. Well, no, that's not judgment. What is that's yeah, sure.
Experiences beyond comprehension.
Somehow
count for heroics?
Somehow our loan got paid.
What about leadership for getting us the tactics tip and for keep going command and?
Go ahead, Laura. Take your leadership growth.
Does this count for a heroic?
Yes, it does count for heroic, Rusty.
Oh, it does? I'll take that instead of battle.
It doesn't. There is no way to drop out with your character, and you're a 10 anyway, so it's not that critical to check heroic. But yes, it'll count as heroic.
Okay.
Yeah, you're assaulting a Verdigris base. It's rather heroic. We go on to the escape. The escape. We go back to our friendly table of the ship escape table. I'm going to add a defensive modifier and make this a little bit more interesting. Of -1.
This is interesting in the way I'm not familiar.
And we just need to get away. If we get away, then we're going to watch that ship blow up. And if we don't give away, well, then, it was good knowing you all.
Still get to watch the ship blow up, just,
And here we go, flying away. See if we can get a safe distance from the nuclear weapon that we put that would crack the planet in half. I'm going to go, I'm looking for my table here that I'm looking for. And I have evade, escape the bad guy table, and it's a collective one, so we're going to do this as a group. And I flipped a 2. So a 2 under the evade at -1 defensive modifier. Go ahead and let's say, Mike, go ahead and be our first guy to read that, please.
Cool. Run a bootlegger reverse by drastically and recklessly maneuvering too close to the gravity of a planet. Ship's horn plays the battle hymn of the Republic. Oh, Dukes of Hazzard joke. Success for catbird seat. Condition skill airborne. Difficulty 8. Advantage skill guerrilla.
Actually, Dukes of Hazzard is a bad reference for the internet because don't they play Dixie on their horn on Dukes of Hazzard?
No, they play a mountain like it, but the law never will him.
It's
never meaning no harm.
Airborne. Airborne is a toughie. Who has airborne as a skill? Anyone?
I am not airborne.
Negative on the airborne.
Any airborne? No, we missed our opportunity. I go to the next card flip.
I am.
Oh, Laura is airborne. Laura, see if you can pick up the catbird seat for yourself by rolling me 2 dice for an 8, unless you're guerrilla insurgent.
Which is a skill.
No, I'm not gorilla.
2 dice for an 8.
Hey!
Laura has +3 next round. And to interpret that again, it's not just next round, Laura. The next roll you take, you get Catberg on, okay?
Does she also get skill gorilla?
No, she doesn't pick it up. It's not a swaggering, Rusty.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to go ahead.
It's a skill. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to flip a 7 for our next action, and I'm going to give it to Fred if you want to post it for Fred to read. Go ahead, Fred.
Hold a gun to your own head by hiding behind the innocent. Maneuver the ship in position to shield yourself from something the attackers may not want to destroy, such as civilians, delicate satellites, populated planets with plenty of nuns and orphans, etc., even parts of your own
Ice cream
ship.
machine.
For yourself as prisoners may be a prize worthy of capture and be that shield. Successful to lower target by 1. Condition savvy. 15.
Detente. So let's see if we have detente in our actual ship.
Advantage Tinhead Pinocchio.
Yes, we have prize cargo. So they don't want to destroy us because they want to capture probably the code to turn off the bomb off our ship. So we're going to go ahead and everyone gets to take this roll, and it's success to win and get us out of here. I will start with you, Fred. Give me 2d8 for a 7 for the win and to pick up Tinhead Pinocchio.
Hey, got it.
Pinhead Pinocchio. Now, since Fred has gotten us away, all we're doing is we're going around the table to see if we pick up Tinhead Pinocchio. Tony, give me 2 dice for a 7 to pick up Pinocchio.
Nope.
Wow,
Back
you
my
are
regular way.
Yeah, you are this. I haven't seen this luck so bad since we
What chart is
played.
that Pinocchio on?
Yeah. Here comes my roll to see if I pick up Pinocchio. I don't get it either. Rusty, 2 dice for a 7 to get Pinocchio. Rusty's got.
Succeeded.
Rusty gets Tinhead Pinocchio. The
And
robots
it wasn't
think
even
you
a
can,
bane.
the robots think that you can turn them into real humans, Rusty. Real humans.
I can, but I'm not going to.
At least you're at least you trade. Conrad.
Already marked glorious.
Already marked glorious, so you got us out of the battle for what it's worth. Laura, you don't get Tinhead, but you could pick up Funky Power and the Funky Power you pick up would be. Wow, the dice have pushed me way off the screen. S is your trip crystal, right?
Yeah, yep. I can lock it at Glorious, right?
Yes, you rolled and you got locked it as Glorious. And Mike.
Yes.
Well, I can't take Pinocchio,
about
but I can
dying
go
anymore.
for decoy drone. Like that.
Yes, you can. And Mike got his decoy drone. So we just went around the table. Did I start with you, Fred? I think I did, right?
Yep.
Yep. And so that gets us away, and we get the. We go to the Mintaka asteroid here, and I get out my red pen. If I can get my red pen marked. Probably my fog is saying that I need to be in tokens. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful I can do this. And swipe.
For escaping, can I get desires fulfilled?
Yes.
There we go. Okay.
I think
Battle
I'm gonna.
military strategy for level 3, which would take me to level 4.
Yes.
Hey, I'll take.
It relates to your Sakai mind as well. I'm gonna save that there.
I'm going to take ambition for that.
Ambition is fine for that. What was your ambition related to with that?
The fact that we're now what's it called? We have safeguarded the area.
Yes, we safeguarded the area, which is certainly ambition, and certainly I'm trying to find ambition. Oh, profit, revenge, and power. Absolutely, yes.
Yep.
It's all three of those things. Why did I call that ambition? Was that a joke?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a joke. I am one ignoble short to go up a level. I probably will not get it in the final 10, 15 minutes of this gameplay. We're going to head over to Camp Walker Red Giant Star.
Adventure travel?
Yes, that is adventure travel, Laura. And we're going to go down to the planet, and you guys can see Camp Walker Giant Star. And Laura, which character is you again? Would you grab your character and put it on one of the two skyhook rails on this table here?
Camp Walker Giant Star is where we're at, right?
Okay, terrific. Now, Laura, you're going to be...
Is this little gold token?
I want to move you just a little bit bigger. Oh, I'm moving the world. And now I locked Laura. Now the world is moving. Whee! Come over here, Laura, for a second. Come back. You lock. Laura, don't lock. Okay, here I got you. All right. Now, if I can make you twice as big, I'll be very happy. There it is. Okay, now we finally got Laura in position. Now, we only have we probably have one battle left in us, maybe if it's an easy battle, or one set of acquiring skills. And I probably would say that from my standpoint, I would love to acquire a skill because that would also be growth for me as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go twice around the table, and I'm going to let everyone attempt to improve their character. Now, you can try to improve your character twice by going for swaggering, or once by going for an actual hard skill. And I'm going to start with Tony. And Tony, would you like to roll twice to pick up swaggering, or would you like to roll once to pick up a skill?
I'll roll twice for swaggering.
Okay, so which swaggering would you like to pick up as your first attempt?
Let's see here. How about I could really use, I don't know, ordnance seems to come
Ordnance
up a lot.
is great. Yeah, we can teach that to you. It's a roll of a 7 if you're still level 3.
I am.
Okay, give me a roll of 7 to pick up your ordnance.
Got it.
Very good. It comes over to me, and I am going to try a roll of a 7 to pick up a skill. I would love to pick up my interrogation early. And so let me roll that. And I have picked up my interrogation. So was there anyone around the table that had interrogation?
Yeah, I have.
No.
Fred, did you have interrogation?
Yep. Just
Okay.
took it.
Fred, you taught me interrogation. You may check growth.
All right.
And I will check growth as well with that. And that puts me up a level, which is really nice to have. I'm level 3. And I go over to Rusty. Would you like to try to get a skill? Or would you like to try to get 2 swaggering?
Swaggering.
Okay, what is the first category of swaggering you want to pick up?
I'm going to look for Warhorse under Savvy.
A Warhorse under Savvy. Give me a roll of a 7, please.
That's good.
That's an 8. And did anyone have Warhorse Savvy? I do, Rusty.
I do.
No.
I have it.
I have it as well.
Rusty, you learned that from your 2 cruise buddies who gave you that, and you can thank us
Thank
later.
you.
With a double the kibble. Conrad, would you like to go for a skill, or would you like to go for 2 swagger?
A veteran skill.
A veteran skill. On a roll of a 7, you may pick up the veteran skill.
Nope.
Conrad did not learn the veteran skill. I have the veteran skill. Does everyone
I'm
else
up
have the
at
veteran?
bottom.
There's probably
I
a
was
lot of people with
teaching him
veteran.
as well. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a veteran.
Because so you did not learn from your cruise buddies at the very least. Laura, would you like to pick up a skill or 2 swaggering?
I think I'll try going for veteran.
Okay, give me a roll of 7, please, and your cruise will teach you that. You guys don't like to listen to the cruise. Now I'm feeling offended, Tony. All right, Mike, would you like
You
to
were
pick
for
up?
a second, but then you forgot.
Would you like to? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But from this, the amount of redundancy in this, I could really feel offended. Go ahead and let's just say I'm going to go back to my little lair that I made in somewhere in the base. Mike, would you like to go for a skill, or would you like to go for 2 swagger?
I'll go for 2 swagger.
Okay, which the first one you want to go for?
Can I do that? Can I do this to try and go for glorious, or is this learning a new one?
You can, but there's a chance you'll lose it.
I'll do this a different way. Okay, what I will do is I will try for cycle containment, because I know someone's got that.
I do not, but go ahead and roll a 7 to pick it up, please.
Yeah, but Conrad picked it up.
No, but I lost it.
Oh.
You pick up cycle containment. Does anyone have cycle containment around the table?
What letter is that?
N.
N is in Nancy. I had it, Mike, but then I lost it.
If and I go back to the original role of Warhorse. Tony, you should have checked growth for that, by the way.
Oh,
And
okay.
Rusty,
Great.
you can check growth. If you haven't checked, if you've checked growth,
I've already
then-
checked growth.
Okay. And I'm back to Fred. Fred, did you want 2 swagger or 1 skill to try to go?
I
for?
would go for a skill.
Wait,
give me a second.
I already haven't picked my second swagger, though, right?
That's right. I got to go back around the table, Mike.
Okay.
He'll get back to us.
Okay.
Fred, which skill did you want to go for?
Gung ho.
Gung ho. Give me a roll of a 7, please.
Hey, got it.
Does anyone have gung ho, Mike?
Gung ho. No.
Pretty rare skill, and no gung ho around the table, right? Okay,
Nope.
so Fred has developed gung ho all on his own, which is fine. Tony, your second swagger, what would you like to develop?
I want to develop Assassin's Eye.
Assassin's Eye. I have
I have that
Assassin's
one,
Eye.
Tony.
Does anyone else have Assassin's Eye?
I have that one.
Okay, this is Conrad's chance to get growth. Go ahead and roll me a 7 on 2 dice, please, Tony.
There you
And
go.
he made it. And so Conrad, if you,
My growth is based on Tony making a roll.
yes,
Right, so
you're going to patiently teach Tony your
I
skills.
should have missed it. I really
Company
should've
man. I went for skill, so I don't get the second roll. Rusty, I think he went for swagger, correct?
yeah, I'm
Couldn't
gonna
have
pick
made
up.
it any better than
I'm
that,
gonna
could
pick
you,
up
Tony?
Grenadier because I know there's a bunch of people
Yes,
who
there's a
possibly
bunch of
get
Grenadier.
growth
Go
out of
ahead.
that.
Go ahead and roll.
Roll for Grenadier. I made Grenadier.
Okay, Fred, did you have you checked growth yet? You just
have.
did, right? Yeah. Did anyone with Grenadier need growth?
No, I just need skills.
Okay.
I could use growth. That would be my first level 4 ignoble.
I'll give it to you, Mike.
Isn't it cunning to
And we're gone to Mike's second roll for swagger is the last one of the game that we're going to roll for. Which swagger would you like, Mike?
I would like to see if anybody have
I don't need growth, so pick something you really want as your character. And Laura, did you have a question?
Is it not cunning to teach a skill?
All right, I tell you what, if Mike picks a swagger that you have, I'll give you cunning for that.
Without looking.
Well,
Which
I
ones-
had Grenadier.
Which ones do you have? You used it.
Yeah, cheating.
Yeah, but Mike was the one that taught
Just
Grenadier
have
to
to-
Rusty.
didn't have to look if
is
she
what I
just
gave it away
announces
as.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey Mike,
So-
you want chameleon skin?
Hold on. Extruding nozzle. I'll go for extruding nozzle.
Does Laura, do you have
Picked up
extruding
Trip
nozzle?
Crystal, you know that, right?
She does.
Okay, so Laura, you're gonna pick up your cunnings if Mike makes his roll a 7.
Oh, my 10's already in the chat. I already made that roll.
Okay, then Mike has picked up extruding nozzle, and Laura has taught it to him. Forgive me. And that's it for today, this week.
Can I take experiences beyond weird for actually getting some swaggering as
It's,
opposed to losing it?
Yeah, I'm sure you're joking there, Rusty, because no.